All right, we're on the very first moderate exercise. Now we're gonna have a little bit more sharper turns. So we're gonna go around this next cone on the left, go around this middle cone, around these two cones, and it's almost like a big loop. Okay, so let's familiarize ourselves on this first one and try to go for time on the second run to hopefully beat our buddy or beat our own time. Here we go. So around this cone, around this middle cone, around these two cones, around all these cones. Now we can exit out, so I'm gonna give it some power. 14.74, all right, here we go. Same thing, now we familiarize, around, 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 around. Here we go, this is the snake. So around, I'm gonna cut this one a little bit sharp. I'm gonna go around these cones, I'm looking. And we're gonna go ahead and accelerate out. When your nose is pointed towards you want to go ahead and give it some speed. 13.4. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. It's called the boxer's glove. Boxer's glove looks like a little bit like a glove. I love it. It's a lot of fun. This first turn is going to be a little bit sharp. So you're going to need to really take this first part slow, and then it's a big loop. We'll go ahead and familiarize ourselves with it. Let's jump into this one. So I'm going to go a little bit wide because I need to make it around this first cone. And then it's around all of these cones. And then once I pass this cone, I have to cut in around that and then exit out. Okay, familiarize ourselves. 14.53. So once again, around this first cone, and then it's all the way around, and then you have to cut in, and then you have to go around this middle cone at the very end. So, okay, cool, I got it. Here we go. So nice and wide. Look, slow it down, friction zone, throttle control, head and eye movement. That's almost like a figure eight, kind of change of direction right there. So right here, it's almost like a swerve. Swerve. And I'm just kind of in first gear this whole time. 13.308. All right, the next one's gonna be called the kidney. Let's go ahead and jump into that one. This one's gonna be a little bit harder. It's almost like a straight line weave. We have to go all the way to the outside cones, straight line weave it, all the way around, straight line weave it, and then exit out. Here we go. So familiarize ourselves with this one. So it's all the way around all the cones right now. And then I'm gonna take this one a little wide. Okay, straight line weave, turn our head as best we can, and then we're going all the way around. And then same thing, straight line weave, so nice 360 turn basically. Familiarize ourselves with it, and then exit out. This one you have to take a little bit slower, 31 seconds, a little bit slower, but maybe we can improve that speed. Okay, so all the way around, straight line weave, all the way around, straight line weave, and then exit out. Should be pretty simple now. So all the way around, take this one like that. Straight line weave. If you feel like you're gonna fall in, that means you don't have enough counterbalance. If you're gonna put your foot down, counterbalance a little bit more. Put a little bit more weight on that outside peg. And then we're gonna go ahead and exit out as best we can. 26.9. Much better this time. Cut out about 4 seconds. Pretty good. We're gonna jump into the triple threat right now. Triple threat looks pretty difficult, it looks pretty intense, but we're gonna familiarize ourselves with it. So we're gonna go around this first cone, cut through the middle, and then we're gonna go around this cone like we just did in the boxer's glove. Around this cone, I know it's gonna sound difficult when I'm explaining this, around all the cones, through the middle, just like the figure eight basically, and then the bootlace, and then we're gonna come all the way around. So if we need to, we're gonna go ahead and look at our phone and then kind of glance up and down until we can get this, okay? So all the way around, and then we're gonna cut in here, and we're gonna go all the way around this one. We're gonna shoot to the outside. We're gonna go all the way around. Now it's like the bootlace. There it is. Okay, now we kind of familiarize ourselves with it. We got 24.39. Maybe our buddy got 27. We're still beating him, you know. We get one more try. See who can win this one now. So we're going to go all the way around, all the way around, all the way around. So now it's going to be a nice U-turn right here. Now it's all the way around. All the way around. Just like the bootlace, we have to go around this last cone and then exit out. Look at the exit. And this is to test your memorization skills, because you're having to use the bike in a way that you never really had to with your brain. All right, we're gonna move on to the Anaconda next. All right, the Anaconda is a hard one. We're in the very first hard exercises, but the thing with the Anaconda is that it's just basically a bunch of loops. Now it's a little bit difficult because it's around one cone each, so you might have to go wider on some of these, but it's a pretty easy path to follow. So we're gonna go around these first cones, come in. It's all around one cone at a time. So just think of that. One cone at a time, a bunch of loops. So we're gonna go around this one. I'm gonna take a little bit wide. Around this one. See, if you do that, you gotta counterweight to the left a little bit more. Around this one. And then it's all the way around. So if you notice, I've been talking about it during these drills, is that if you put your foot down, it's because the weight is falling down towards that foot. That's why you put your foot down. So what do you have to do? You have to put more weight on the outside so you don't put your foot down. So let's go ahead and do that this time. A little bit more body shift of that weight. Okay, so you can either put half a butt cheek to the side, where on the outside, or you can put weight on that peg on the outside. So let's go do that. So around this one, around this one. See how I'm doing a little bit more weight? Around this one, looking where I want to go a little bit more weight like this. So a little bit more weight like this. And we're going to go ahead and exit all the way out. You don't get points taken away if you put your foot down. The only thing is if you don't do the design or you hit a cone, you have to restart that run, or the run doesn't count. All right, guys, we're going to jump into the butterfly next. All right, this one looks pretty complicated, but what we're doing is we're going straight. We're going around all these last two cones, come around to this exit cone, around that cone, around all these last cones over here, cut in to go shoot for that outside cone, and then come right out. So it's just a boom, 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 almost like a zigzag, which is the bonus exercise at the very end. So here we go. So around these two cones, shoot for this outside cone. You have to go around that cone, shoot for that outside cone, but now we're going to go around these two cones, shoot for this outside cone, around just this outside cone. Make sure you go to the right of this cone and then exit out. So familiarize yourself with it, look at the designs, play with it. Maybe have a warm-up run instead of 2 runs only. You have like a warm-up run and then you do 2 runs for time. Have your fun with that. 23.79. You guys create your own rules if you want. Here we go. Around these two cones, shoot for this outside cone, around this outside cone, shoot for this outside cone, around these two cones, shoot for this outside cone, only this outside cone, go right of this next cone at the end, and then exit out. Talk to yourself, talk to yourself, talk to yourself, talk to yourself. It makes it easier to make it. All right, this is called the rabbit ears. The rabbit ears is just kind of like what we did with the butterfly, but a little bit simpler, looks a little bit more fun. I like it, but this is where you can add some speed. That's why it's a little bit further down the list. So we're gonna go straight to the outside. That's where the hard part is. Straight to the outside, around one cone, around every cone on this first part. Shoot to the outside cone, around this cone. Okay, it's very symmetrical. Okay, so here we go. So we're gonna go around this, shoot to the outside, go around this cone, around all of these cones, shoot to this outside cone right here, turn. Now you have to go left of this cone and then exit out. 18.71, or I'm sorry, 18.21. All right, same thing. Let's see if we can beat that time. I want you guys to try. I don't know, I was about to say in the last part. How's everybody doing today? It is Saturday. Saturday at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. A little cold today. But how's everybody doing? It looks like sees the mic's doing good. Having some issues with the Stream Deck and some music, but I think I can get that going. Let's go ahead and hit the play. There we go. It's at 1%. I'll turn that down just a little. Oh, I have 10. Well, maybe Arizona. Well, we don't do daylight savings time anymore. I don't know how that works because we're in Arizona and we don't deal with that. We have never dealt with that. So our time's never changed. So it's 10 a.m. here in Arizona. Maybe I need to start just putting Arizona time instead of Mountain Standard Time. How's everybody doing today? I've got a lot of updates. So what I like to do, since we're just now starting this live stream, we're gonna get into. We got 3 videos today. I'm gonna go ahead and make up for last week. I know I was gone. Make up for that. So I got 3 videos, and I still haven't posted the 2 videos from like 3 weeks ago when I did the live stream. I wasn't feeling it. I didn't think it was quality. So, and I completely forgot which videos they were, and I think it was my fault that I didn't make them that great. So I might actually have to go back and redo some of those. But guys, we have member for 33 months. So we got some updates, okay? Well, first, let's go ahead and hang out in the chat. So Caleb, you're doing great, right? Okay, good. Winter, how you doing? First live stream. Caldaria, are you still here? You like what I do? Love the content. Thank you so much. Tanis wants to get a group of people to do some parking lot stuff. Hey guys, get the booklet. The digital version's great too. It's $15 for the digital version. You get the digital version if you get the booklet too, and I'm shipping them out. So I can't wait for you guys to start posting that. We've had some people posting on YouTube, and it's just amazing. I love to see that. You guys are getting some practice in, having some fun. Anyways, 7 p.m. for you, Colin. Where the heck are you? Not sure if you remember me. I used to comment a lot and crashed a while back. Now I'm back on the bike. Even took a nice course and learned to get a knee down. Okay, nice, dude. Did you do like an advanced, like a total control, or was it like an advanced MSF? Because I remember in the ARC-1, total control 1 and 2, you could get your knee down. The whole goal was to get a good body angle. That was a lot of fun. Europe, you're in Europe. Oh, Harry, yeah, nice. So tell me, guys, write in the chat. Tell me about your week. We're gonna get started. Just kind of catching up with each other, sharing what we're doing. Write in the chat about your week. I'm gonna kind of tell you about my week. So, well, shoot. What do I got to do? I got to look at my schedule. Okay, I got to look at my schedule. This is how I do things. What did I do? Because I keep everything in my schedule. Everything. All right. So last week we didn't do a live stream. So in fact, let me go ahead and take that off. The week before that, we did a Saturday live stream. So it's been two weeks, Saturdays in a row. Okay, right? So my dog Stella, let's go and catch you up with some of that stuff. My dog Stella had colitis, probably Giardia. And so she was on antibiotics, fenbendazole, whatever it is, anyways, a lot of this anti-parasitic stuff. Doing better, great. She's my absolute best friend. Her birthday was basically the 19th of March, so she turned 11. Pretty happy about that. Okay, I'm just keeping you guys updated, right? Keeping you guys updated. Therapy was good. Had some anxiety problems in the past couple weeks. I've been dealing with just mainly because work, some relationship stuff, but some new triggers that I definitely needed some help on, and I got the help. Kind of refocused. I took last week as a way to refocus my schedule. So let's go ahead. Actually, I wish I could. I need to update the plugin. I can't just hit the button. So what I found out was my routine and schedule was not good. And so what I did was I spent, was it last week? Yeah, I spent last week um, just developing, and Stella kind of messed me up a little bit because I had to stay home to kind of make sure she was okay. I had to take her out every 2 hours because she was like basically couldn't hold it in, so that wasn't good. And we live in an apartment, so I had to like take her to the dog park every time, or at least outside. Anyways, so I spent last week really developing, especially after that Saturday stream, developing a new routine. So waking up at 5 a.m. as best I can. I've been pretty consistent. 4:45, 5, 5:15. There was a couple days where it was like 6 when I needed it, and that was because I didn't go to bed until like 10 the night before. So what I'm finding out is about 9:30 going to bed, and then when I can fall asleep, I fall asleep. Usually can wake up at 5, and I've been loving that. And so that's kind of, screw it. Let's just go ahead and show you guys what I've been doing because I write everything down, and this is going to lead into some ideas. It's Missy's not here today. Usually she's in here, but Colin, Elad, Harry off. So good to see some of the regulars here because you guys have been following along, right? You guys have been following along. It's Missy's been following along too. Kind of what we're doing here and some of the ideas. So let's go ahead and get into cycle 1. I'm gonna go ahead and roll in to the classroom. There it is, super quick, instant teleportation. So what I've been doing, so it says cycle 1 right here. So I'm so kind of excited. I don't know. I share this with my buddy Matt. I share this with my my new girlfriend. Um, anyways, uh, this is kind of like what I'm structured in, and it's really helped me out in the last 2 weeks in terms of like I said, that anxiety and stuff. But this is something I used to do all the time. It's like I forgot this was the plan, this was the routine, this was the thing that kept me going, like in a very good stable situation. Last 2-3 years I just been kind of winging a lot of it and keeping like a very fluid, relaxed state because I was working on some somatic work and stuff. But now I'm back into like this disciplined approach. I was disciplined. I kept everything going. I kept habits, but not routines. I think that's a really important thing. So now I'm putting all my habits into a routine. I would just go to the gym whenever I felt like it, but it was like almost daily. I would wake up as early as much as I can, but not at a specific time. I would make sure I'd get my morning duties done, but it was like when I woke up. I'd work basically in this work block, but it was kind of like, if I started a little later or I ended like, after 6 p.m. or like I would do a little bit of work at 9:30 to like midnight. Like it just the habit of still getting the tasks done, just not in a routine fashion. So I was still getting stuff done, but it was really like based on if I felt like it, but then discipline would have to kick in, and that it kind of makes you feel like being forced to do something. It's not fun to do that. And so yeah, and then I got I actually do this in the morning. Let's go ahead and change that. I actually do that in the morning. Okay, so what I do, I'm reading some of your guys' comments here. I'm gonna scroll back up to read out what you guys have been doing throughout the week. So now I'm waking up at 5 a.m. Physical training, very simple. 3 mile walk jog, so like basically a 5K, because I'm training for a Ragnar relay next month in Utah. 100 push-ups, 25 pull-ups, 50 leg raises. So like hanging leg. Let's go ahead and change that. Hanging leg raises. 100 body weight squats. I'm starting that soon, and then curls and triceps. It's very simple, in and out. The longest part is the walk jog. It only takes about 10-15 minutes for this part. Feedings. This seems kind of routine and like rarely on the nose, right? And I'm gonna get to that point. Bible reading, it's something I really want to do. It's my spiritual challenge, and then my work block. So Monday through Friday, right? And this is why I want to do live streams on Friday, because I want to add in Thursday as a completely a complete film day. So golf, edit, prep, shipping, because I do ship out the books. We actually got a new drill. Somebody just ordered something. Filming, editing. So we're back on that routine, right? Free block. I want this free just because at about 4:30, 5 o'clock. Sometimes I just go out by myself, take myself on a date, or I go with my girlfriend, or hanging out with my friend. So evening routine, boom, 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 right there. Like nutritional challenge. I'm doing the carnivore diet. I've been doing the carnivore diet for about a week now, since I got back from Sedona. I've dropped about 7 to 8 pounds, mostly water at this point. Bedtime 9:30. Boom, boom. So this is like what I'm currently doing. So you notice there's like a 4 weeks right here. So this is what I've been doing. This is this first week right here. So I didn't get to this. Yeah, I have to film next week. I didn't get to the Smart Rider challenges, but session 1 of the new book and the new course is to go to the dealership and pick out the right motorcycle. So I went to the dealership Ride Now this week. And before we get into that, I want to read some of the chat, because you guys are actually posting a lot, and I like it. Private lesson with a guy named Vlad Chivu, pro racer, did the course with the CF Moto 300 SR. How is the CF Moto, by the way? Basically, body position trail braking. We also made a mini track to ride in. How long was the lesson? Because like that's so interesting, because usually like with a group setting, it takes forever, right? There's one person for like 6 people at least, and you can't get to it. So if it's a private lesson with a pro racer, like how much did you learn in like 15 minutes? You know what I mean? Risky. I want to hear a little bit more about that. Been really wet. Been right. That's what she said. Been riding into it from work in the rain for like 3 weeks straight. Been good all week. Nice. I'm a new rider, almost 1 year and 2 wheels, and all your videos help me be safe and be active rider. Greets from some Spain. That's awesome. I wonder what it's like to ride in Spain versus the United States. That's pretty interesting, man. So congrats. Nice to see you. Nice classroom. Thank you, Michaela. Or Mikla. Sorry. Hey, I'm new here, but have been watching your uploads for some time now. Nice work, brother. Thanks, Magnus. We're part of what we do here at the beginning. If you've never been a part of the live stream, is that we do like the chat about kind of like what we're doing in our life, and then we just move on to motorcycles. So think of this as like a weekly motorcycle group, riding group, club, crew, kind of get together, and then we kind of just hang out. I want to make sure you guys are doing well too, outside of riding. Routine is important. Yes, Winter, exactly. Hey, how you doing, Jennifer Lionberger? Ink, fractured my wrist in 3 places on my 600 a month ago. Ooh, had surgery in 2 plates on the tip of the left radius. Okay. 2 weeks ago, and finally got removable brace next Wednesday. Sucks. I can't ride right now. How's the, do you have any nerve deficits? Sometimes you get those. Like any flexion extension problems with that wrist, especially with that plate. I've had maybe 3 instances of going wide with right turns over the like 2 years, or maybe 25,000 miles. The first time I was daydreaming and forgot to turn. Oops, broke my left wrist. Yep, daydreaming, white stage, right? You see how like your mental you could have the skill, but if you're not paying attention, right? Oh, it sucks though. Thankfully, it's just a left wrist and it's healed. Fractured a rib about a month ago. Wasn't everyone's getting hurt? I have jaw pain. I've been stressed out, like I've talked about it a little bit. I have jaw pain because I was having neck pain right here in the muscle. And I think it's because I've been grinding my teeth at night, and I used to do that all the time when I was a firefighter. I stopped doing it, but I think some stress lately is really, and so I got some jaw pain. It sucks. The TMJ point or something like that. Second time was on a tail of dragon, not used to that many turns, but stayed on the road. Fortunately, there wasn't. Yeah, I mean, that many turns will wear you out, right, Tanis? It'll wear you out. Jennifer, thanks for loving the videos. Pedestrian stepped out in front of me and locked up the brakes when oh, dang. Hey, Dan, first time in one of your lives, but love your. Hey, Fully Twisted, how you doing? What we do here is we're kind of like, ooh, that kind of hurt. We just kind of talk about some stuff. All right, we got everybody here. Perfect. Okay. So I went to so right here. Let's get back to this. So part of the thing that I'm doing, let's go and bring this up here. It's a 4-hour strategy guide to kind of get you going. I bet you some of you guys can like pause the stream and kind of like get some of this stuff. So there's 4 modules, 8 chapters. This is the structure and the skeleton of it. And the first one is basically going to the dealership and looking at motorcycles. And the whole goal of the 4-hour strategy guide, still working on the name. It's basically a Smart Rider strategy guide. Is that I'm your mentor, I take you. So that's kind of the idea of the videos. Is that we're going to the dealership one-on-one, kind of like a date, like a friendship thing. Hey, you wanted to go figure out motorcycles? Let me take you. And so we're gonna go to the dealership. So I went to the dealership locally here, Ride Now. There's a bunch of them, but Ride Now has a lot of the different kinds, and that's where I bought my Rebel. And I went in there. I gave a proposal, basically, of what the first module is, the first chapter, to the general manager at Ride Now Tucson here, and had a great conversation. Like he wasn't there. He called me up. We had a great conversation on the phone. Next day, I was like, "Hey, can I come in next day? Let's just have a chat," because he had some concerns about it. We went in. Boom, great. Great conversation. He's allowing me. He gave me a tour. He gave me access. He's like, "Hey, come in here and film. Go ahead and do that. Here's my only concern is that," and I want you guys to know this concern, because I will kind of have a little bit of it in the video itself. Is that when I'm filming like these things, especially like buying stuff, you guys know how I am. This is why I don't have a lot of sponsors. Is that I'm very much consumer minded when it comes so consumer and then safety minded. I want to make sure it fits me well. I want to make sure like I'm not overspending. I want to make sure I window shop. I want to make sure I'm educated before I go in, and then go in and get more education, come back home, sit on it for a little bit, and then maybe go back in. His concern was that he doesn't want me telling people not to buy. He's a salesman, right? And he's like, I want the person to not buy the motorcycle they don't fit, but I don't want somebody to come in knowing what they want and then like just walking out because they're told not to buy. So we had this great chat. I heard his concerns. I heard because he wants an educated person to come in to know their credit score. See, these are all things I know myself, but it's good to hear from him. He's like, I want them to know their credit score. I want them to know their budget. I want them to kind of know what they want to do with the motorcycle. I don't want them to come in to think like um, I mean, they absolutely know nothing, and then the salesman is like explaining things, and then now they don't trust the salesman because it's their idea versus the person's idea, and so then they buy a bike, and then they don't like it, then they blame the salesman. Kind of like when you get advice from a friend, and then the advice doesn't really work out for you. Now you blame your friend. Kind of the same concept. So, and that's something I have to deal with whenever I give you guys information and advice. And so we had this great conversation. So basically, at the end of the day, is like if I can help educate somebody walking in to get a motorcycle, and they like know what they want to get, it's okay to buy it that day. And we talked about, he told me some horror stories about somebody like taking off, like crashing, getting T-boned, and a few other things like after leaving the dealership. He's like, if you're not comfortable, here's the things that we offer. We'll take it home for you. We'll do this. We'll do this. So it's so cool to hear that. And so I'm filming next Tuesday. I'm filming next Tuesday at the dealership about how to find the right motorcycle for you and everything like that. And so that's what I was doing this week. Intellectual growth. This was like a challenge that I wanted to do also. So this is work, or this is like fun, like skill based. This is work. This is personal growth. And so I started the 7 Habits again. And so I read that the first part, and then habit 1. Next week I have habit 2 and 3. I'll probably get ahead of that. And here's some journal prompts that I'm doing. So this is like my structure for the week. Doesn't seem like a lot, but there's also other things like cleaning the apartment, doing the bedding, cleaning the shower, cleaning the bathroom, like keeping that routine of that daily habit and that weekly habit stuff. And it's really helped out. It's really helped out when it comes to like how I feel, especially the 5 a.m. It's amazing that you get almost everything done by like 10. L-theanine, I have that. I have that at home as a supplement. It's great. It's great. I take it with alpha GPC3, I think, with a few other things. And then garlic. I have garlic. So let's get back to the chat real quick. It's a Saturday. We're hanging out. This is a little bit different. And then I'll get back to why I'm doing these weekly challenges and how I think I can share them with you guys. And I have an idea. It's just an idea. I'm building it out, but it's something that I feel very strongly about. And it's going to be the next thing. And that's part of, let me see if I can do this. 12-week. Let's do. Has anybody heard of the concept of the 12-week year? Anybody ever heard of a 12 12-week year. I'll go ahead and explain a little bit, but I'm going to read some of this chat while you guys are thinking about cold and snow in Minnesota. No, ooh. Hey Dan, first we got there. Car drivers in the UK overtook me doing 62 miles per hour legal limit on the road on 125cc. Ooh. Wants to start riding this year, so I prescribed her to your videos at least an hour a day until we get her new bike. Hey, there's a great playlist, Fully Twisted, that I have, and I taught a 17-year-old how to ride a motorcycle just using the games. And the first video is me describing like some of the concepts. Not all the concepts, because you can go too much in the training, and confuses people. And I think even I went a little too much, and I want to like refine it. So I'm gonna post that in the chat for you. That's the playlist. Maybe show her that one. See how that goes. Mine was in the driveway. Pretty sad with wrist radial and ulna deviate. Ooh. I drink green tea or matcha to calm me down. I have some nighttime sleepy tea. I like that. It's nice for our mental health to put some little goals like waking up at 5 a.m. every day involuntarily. It gives you purpose, and at the end of the day, it feels good to have completed those. Yes, internal, basically eating the frog, right? That you've heard that concept. Basically, like internal challenges, complete those, feel accomplished. So then, when the external challenges happen, it's like I've already accomplished stuff. I have this mental resilience. And so that's kind of what I like to do. Is the video you just standing in front of a Rebel 500 and praising it? It is a good bike. No. Wait, is the video? I think that might have been a different. I must have done that video a long time ago. So no, nope. Okay. So the 12-week year, basically what that is like a lot of people like to say, I have a goal for the year. I have a goal for the year, and I'm going to take the year to do it. I forgot what the razor is, or the philosophy of it is that if you give yourself a year, it's going to take you a year to do it. Not a lot of people, and then sometimes you might not even do it. Or if you give yourself a week, you'll do it in a week. But if you give yourself to the end of the day, you'll get it done by the end of the day. It's kind of one of those things. So with a 12-week year, what that is that you create a year goal, and you make sure you get it done in 12 weeks, and you create systems in place to get it done in 12 weeks, which means that it's basically just full-on discipline at this point. You got to get it done. And so why it's called a 12-week year is because the 12 weeks, you get it done in the year, like a year's goal in 12 weeks. The 13th week, you are setting up resting for the next 12 weeks. So it's basically 4 quarters a year, and you're getting things done. You're getting 4 years worth of goals done in 1 year. It means that, you could probably do you can probably do 2 of those a year and then take a break, but I like to stay consistent. And so what I'm doing is that this is cycle 1. So the first month I have cycle 2, cycle 3. Let's see if I can bring that up to you guys too. So it's still a little bit different, or still a little bit of the same. The weekly challenges are changing, so I'm going to do Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink on this, and then I have like different things to film. And so by the end of cycle 2, I'll have the new course or the new book, basically all that, the 4-hour work week done. And so that's what I'm currently doing here, and this is the week 1. So this is like a lot of stuff to get done. So, you're reading a book, basically a full book in a month, but you're kind of breaking it up. You're getting a lot of work done. You're waking up early. You're getting things like just all this right here, the daily challenges and everything. And before you know it, by the end of the month, 100 push-ups is pretty easy. 25 pull-ups is easy. Like all this is actually kind of starting to get a little easy for me, because I was doing this for about 2-3 weeks at this point. But I want to get to the point where I'm jogging and running 3 miles by the end of the month. And it's also about establishing routines so that the next cycle, the next 12 weeks, everything is good. And you can always change up the challenges too, because once I finish these challenges, because I'll have 3 books done in 12 weeks. And so what I want to do, here's the thing, guys. We're gonna get to class. Here's what I want to do is in the academy, I want to bring in some of you guys. And that's another thing, is I was working on the academy. I had to learn a little bit of JavaScript, HTML, and CSS to change some things on the website. Thankfully, I had Cloud AI to help me out. But here's what I want to do is that I'm gonna finish up at least the first cycle, and I want to bring some of you guys along. I want to bring some of you guys along on these mini cycles, these mini trainings, these mini courses, and we hold each other accountable. So I'm working on the idea from a little while back, and I know some of you guys were in here when we talked about it as the Smart Rider Games was like a team thing. Is that I want to create my own writing crew, my own writing group. I know a lot of you guys are probably a part of something, um, but there's like groups out there that do like motorcycle parking lot stuff, like they'll do cone stuff. Team Schmort, how you doing? Um, or Eddie, you Goonie. Some people are part of like a Christian writing group. Some people are part of like a little small group that gets together on Saturdays or whatever it is. I want to create, and I'm working on it right here. Is my own group on the. I wonder if I'm going to change it from the MTC Rider Academy, but might be the same. But I'm creating my own group, Smart Rider Crew, something similar like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to do these challenges together. And the idea, and I'm still working on the mission and vision for it and some of the principles that are established. So I'm creating like a charter and everything. Basically, that's what it is. And we're gonna meet up, on Wednesdays on a Zoom call inside the academy. We're gonna do these things together. We're gonna do a book together, basically two chapters a week. We're gonna go ahead and chat. We're gonna see how we did on our workouts, our nutritional challenges, making sure that we got to work, make sure we're waking up, we're going to bed on time. We're gonna kind of support each other through it. We're gonna hang out for a little bit. Think of it as like just a weekly get together accountability thing. And this is something I was doing with my buddy Matt when we would go golfing. We would check in with each other, how we're doing. We would set quarter goals together and keep each other accountable. And while we were golfing, so it's while while we're working out, riding motorcycles, all these different things. And so I would love to do something like this with some of you guys. It's gonna be a small group at the start, and it's gonna be on the academy. So I'm working on the website right now. But I think at this point I could just go ahead and launch parts of it real soon because it's just the forum aspect while I build out the courses. And the idea behind it, and this is what I'm talking. I like to basically journal to you guys right now. The idea behind it is that this right here, cycle one, these things. I mean, I'll have to change this so that it's more accessible. This is like my work. Um, what I would like to do is turn this 4-week cycle into a course. And so, as a member of the MTC Rider Academy, you get access to 4-week challenge blocks. Maybe 8-week challenge blocks, whatever. Like maybe that might be better, whatever it is. I'm going to work that idea. But then over the course of the year, um, what's happening is that there's going to be like 10, 12, or a course of 2 years, 10 or 12, like courses that are challenge based on this with the footage, with the weekly Zoom calls recorded. So anybody can join, let's say next year, join this one that we just did, this year. And so it's a membership site where I can share these challenges. I can share like the Smart Rider games and all these other things. And it's really the goal of the whole thing is that it's just going to be a writing club, a writing group that's online. So if you can't find somebody local, something local that you enjoy, well, just join ours, and we get to meet up every week on the online. You go off and you do your thing. So there's the only accountability is on here. I'm working on color scheming. So in terms of like uniforms and shirts and whatnot, I'm working on the structure of it all. I'm gonna play around with the forums, but yeah, I would love to get like a small group to start and then slowly keep adding more people. So like somebody completes like 2 or 3 cycles, they can help me out when it comes to the new people coming in, and that's part of the mentorship part of the Smart Rider principles. One cycle might be rescue. So we're gonna have 4 weeks of how to apply tourniquet, stop the bleed, assessment, all these things. Then the next cycle could just be like how we're gonna get gear. The next cycle could be, we're gonna do the Smart Rider games. The next cycle is we're gonna do ride along with Dan and the fireman, where we're gonna do a mountain, we're gonna do highway, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. I'm excited about it. But yeah, that's what I'm working on this week. And I'm going to be working on for this cycle because the Smart Rider Strategy Guide filming is part of the first course that I'm going to be doing. So anyways, when I was in high school, I used to procrastinate a lot. And waking up 3 hours before the class to do the homework that I could do the first day they sent it out, and would have stopped worrying about it. Yeah, procrastination can get you. That's why waking up early and having like a task list to get things done, a daily challenge and a weekly challenge has been really helpful. And make sure you're taking the healthy to make you alert. Yep. Way better at righty tighty and lefty. That's weird. Some people are way better at the lefty loosey. I'm better at lefty loosey. A Christian riding group does one have to do with another? So basically, like the cool. So here's the thing. So Horvath. I mean, sure. Let's play around with that question. Let's steel man it a little bit. I like it. Oh, Vlad's already got it right there. Vlad's got it right. So it's what you attach to the group. So that's how like riding groups really are, is that like maybe there's like an adventure ride or adventure road riding group, or a woodworking riding group. It's like it's a hobby or like an ideal attached to the simple fact that we all know each other just because we're riding. It's like adding an extra layer on top. It's usually like principles based. And the cool thing about that is there is, maybe they met at church and then it's like, hey, we all ride. Let's go ride. Let's create a group. And maybe that's how it started. But it's kind of cool. So there's like a focus on that. So it's like we get together. I haven't been a part of a Christian riding group, but I've met them, and so I'm just going based off of my own Christianity stuff and Sunday church. Is that like they'll get together, start a ride, they do a quick prayer, so they do some fellowship, and so yeah, it's basically just how can we improve in these two areas, and then just have an enjoyable ride. Men typically, here's the thing about men, and this is kind of why I'm designing this, this new riding crew, this group, whatever it is. I don't want to call it a club because I don't want to have rockers. I don't want to have any of that stuff. Plus, clubs have a connotation that's not good. Is that we're gonna get together because we're riders, male or female, right? We're gonna get together because we're riders, but we're going to focus on how to improve ourselves in discipline, in commitments, accountability, and that will help our mental health. That will help our physical health. That'll help our spiritual health, if you want to call it that. I like to consider it more like relational health, so relationship with God, but relational health as relationships maybe with your partner, relationships with your friends, relationships with yourself, relationships with strangers. It's going to help you out in that area because you're going to have this confidence and this discipline. And a lot of men don't have that. A lot of men don't have that. We don't have third places. I've talked about that a little bit. And so basically what we're doing is we're getting together to do the Smart Rider drills. We're having fun riding motorcycles, but no, I don't want to say but. And we are focused on becoming better people. That's going to help you out with road rage. That's going to help you out with riding. That's going to help you out with learning habits. And it's where I'm at. That's the thing I started this channel because that's where I was at. I was riding motorcycles. I had some tips. I started sharing. I wanted to take my Harley off road, so I started sharing that. I started doing this, and this, and this, and this, and I started sharing that. Where I'm at in my life right now, 7 years of doing this, at least 7 years of doing this, is that at this stage in my life, with all of the life experiences that I've had, being, firefighter, terrible childhood, PTSD from firefighting and a few other things, betrayals in relationships, successes in relationships, being a stepfather for 7.5 years. So being a parent, having all that, developing an internal family system, going through therapy for 7 years or 6 years, becoming an MSF rider coach, being a content creator, and then developing a business here, like creating my own books, taking my knowledge, putting it into things, becoming a MSF rider coach, going through excellency management instructor, taking continuing education classes, and then here where it's like I found massive benefit in diving back into basically an academy. This is like an academy aspect. Um, it really makes me feel like this is where I'm at and this is what I want to share now. And so I do want to keep the motorcycle stuff, but I want to share like let's just say it. How to be a man. While I am growing and while I'm developing my own masculinity, how can I, share this with other men since 95% of my audience is men, right? I get it. It's kind of weird. It's like a life coaching thing, but that's why I wanted to turn it into more of a riding club or riding group, a crew, the Smart Rider crew, and we develop like this system, this cohesive unit, this group to do it. And so that I think that's like a natural aspect of why somebody would create a writing group is like, hey, I have this thing, I have this idea. Let's go ahead and get some like-minded people together and grow together, have this tribe, have this fellowship. And so um that's where I'm at. So I'm building something new here. And I'm building it for myself first, and then I'm sharing it with everyone, but creating a system so that everyone can join and it's effective. Of course, there's a business aspect to it because it's a paid group, but we're trust me, like I would totally pay somebody to keep me accountable to this. It's so hard to do it on my own. And that's where, like, having my friend Matt, like, I'll tell him this stuff, and he'll ask me, like, how I'm doing with it. And he helps keep me accountable, I help keep him accountable, and I know a lot of men out there don't have that because I didn't have that for years. For years, I didn't have that for years, so I had to do this all on my own, and it's so difficult, causes so much stress. So I wanna be somebody that is gonna lead it, that we're gonna have a crew together that's gonna help each other, and this is kind of like our third place. Instead of going to the bar to meet up and chat about our and be negative, we're gonna focus on personal growth. So, anyways, that's kind of where I'm at when it comes to this, and this is what I'm focused on right now. And then, yeah, creating how to get people to ride motorcycles and then join this basically. Um, First live stream, how you doing? How you doing? All right, so I haven't read all the books either. It's huge. Okay. Notice that some people need psychological training before being an effective smart. Yes, and that's kind of where I started noticing that too. So I'm gonna bring that into that. Thank you all for all you do. Hey, Colin, remember for 12 months and you got that gray beard, baby. Love that. As good as you thought, and you did already spend the time trying to polish it for the whole cycles, and now you're gonna delete it or change it. That's how. Did I read something wrong? As as good as you thought, and you did already spent the time trying to polish it for the whole cycles. Alright. Went off topic, no problem. You guys are fine. We're just chatting, hanging out. We're gonna get started. We're gonna get started soon. Um, alright. So, that's where I'm at. I'm developing this. I just finished week 1. I'm gonna work on these journal prompts because I think they're important. I'm gonna create a system. In fact, let me check. I want you guys to see. So I changed. I need to make it to where I can just type in that and not have to do that. So this is the website that I've had helped with developing like somebody made the base of it, but I've been having to learn how to change some of this stuff. So this is the website. I've been changing these things right here. This is going to change. These are all changes. So let me go ahead and take you to this. I have to change some of this. And I'm going to change this because the buells aren't a thing anymore. So this is going to be like the basics of it. So this is the 4-hour thing. So Smart Rider Principles, Chapter 1. I changed these things. This is what Module 1 looks like. Module 2, Module 3, Module 4, and then I'm going to work on some of the workbooks on this part. And then the demo drills, you guys know those. Oh, let me go ahead and do this. I want to check out the forums. I want to show you guys the forums. So I'm working on the forums right now. I'm working on the Smart Rider drills. We're changing this up. Yeah, I got to change this up. I just uploaded all of those things. One thing I've really taken from your videos is letting things go, bad drivers issues at work rather than ruminate. Yeah, not saying always. Once you get that habit going, you do a lot better. It's tough. So I'm working on the forums aspect. So the Smart Rider crew. So we have, and then the student hangout. So it's like a forums based thing. We can post, we can share like images, documents, voice recordings. I can share a poll. These are all, and there's like a leaderboard for who posts the most all time and monthly. I think that's pretty cool. So I'm working on this, and so this is going to be, right now there's only 2 members, and I'm both the members. How you doing, a piece of Reese? And so this isn't going to work right here, not yet. So don't worry about getting into it yet. And so this is where we're going to post like some stuff. So there's discussion. Let's just say this. Testing out the first post. All right. So here's, hey, I posted. So here's like a post. You guys can write comments and everything. I can pin it. You can attach a bunch of different things. You can like it or whatever. And so what I'm going to do is create on this side a section for like cycle 1, cycle 2. There's going to be names for them. And so this is going to be like our 4-week challenge, 4-week challenge, 4-week challenge, 4-week challenge. And they even have challenges up here that you can create your own. And so it's pretty cool. We could do meetups. Here's like the live thing. So I could do a live. Oh, I am live right now. Oh, let's see what happens. Okay, so I can do all this stuff. So it's pretty cool. There's like a lot of really cool things. Yeah, it's disabled because I'm doing a live stream right now. So let's go ahead. I don't want to join. Oh, okay. This is fun. I can have up to 200 people. How do I get out of it? How do I end the live? Yeah, let's leave the live. We'll be notified in 120 seconds. Oh, very cool. It gives you almost 3 minutes to. How do you get out of this live? Uh-oh. How you doing, Hog Rider? I'm gonna have to learn how to. Yeah, let's leave that. I'll figure that out later. Oh, there it goes. It went away. Okay. So here's the feed. And the cool thing about Kajabi is that it's an app. It's an app. So instead of having to download like the drill booklet and whatnot, there's an app. So Smart Rider Crew, there's a lot of cool things in here. The first Smart Rider Crew aspect of it all. You can type, you can create a poll. That's the send. You can attach stuff. It's all really cool. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on when it comes to this. I would love to invite a few people to help me kind of like beta or alpha test it. And the thing is that this is my new thing. And so right here, this is the back end of Kajabi. And so I can do podcasts, I can do newsletters, I can do digital downloads, I can do coaching, the courses and everything. There will be YouTube live. I'll still do YouTube, but like it would be like a Wednesday. I do it live here for just the members, and then on YouTube Fridays. So like courses right now. This is what I have so far. The Smart Rider games. I have the basic Smart Rider I'm building out right now. Let's just go and do this. So I'm still building it out. So a disclaimer, I haven't got in, but I got the games. All right, everybody, we're gonna be doing the, and then you can like write a comment if you want. So almost, and then you hit mark as complete. Like you're able to do that. And there's, the next module, the next module, the next module. And so what I'm gonna have is, let's go over here. I just want to share some of this stuff. This is fun. All right, so beginner drills. Let's do the balloon. So here's the video, but I'm gonna add in some text and everything, and then downloads. So the first one, I'm gonna have a download, so you can download the drills. But this is all, it's an app. It's an app, so it's very easy to do, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited. So podcasts, I can do podcasts on here, newsletters, download. So I can have all that. The community's there, coaching. We can set up coaching program, which I think would be cool if you guys send in your close calls and stuff, or send in your Smart Rider drills. I can give you guys some heads up on that because it's a members only website. So the community, the Smart Rider crew, go to community. That's where we're at originally. There it is. So that's where I'm at. That's what I've been working on the past 2 weeks. All right. Let's get out of here. Let's go ahead and start. You can have an AI generated road to navigate in a motorcycle video game like you might see in arcade. I've been thinking about doing something similar to that. Would AI be helpful in motorcycle safety? It does help me out a little bit on how to develop a few things. But I wonder if there's a way to like show an open lane pattern with AI. But I could just show that by writing. One thing I've really taken from your videos is letting, yep. Forever life. Hijabi communities. Kajabi. But yeah, I wore a balaclava before. Those would work great. I have lots of close call videos for you, Dan. Okay. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. It's a membership site. I'm still thinking of pricing. I want to make it close to like $5 to $10 a month. But we're doing a challenge so think of it as like you're paying $5 for accountability. It's basically coaching. So I was a peer fitness trainer for the fire department. I was an ISSA certified personal trainer before. And so like I do know the anatomy and physiology. I know compound movements, isolated movements. I was a power lifter for at least I think it was like a year and a half, 2 years before I got injured. But I set two state powerlifting records. I won 2 powerlifting meets at 148-pound weight class. And so like I'm just pulling from all my life experiences and developing this whole thing. And that's kind of where I'm at in my life. I'm going to be 38 this year. And I've had a lot of life, I think, in the 38 years. And there's a lot of mistakes that I've made, and there's a lot of growth that I've made from basically the bottom. And so what I want to do is be able to share some of that with some of you guys. And I think those of you that are 18 to 45 could benefit a lot of this. And then anybody above 45, if there's some things that you can learn from it, that'd be great. But yeah, I can't wait to share it. I am super excited about doing it. I do have that video I'm going to film at the dealership Tuesday, so I'm going to be studying that this weekend. But I'm going to be working hard. Even today, I finished all my cleaning for the weekend yesterday. So today and tomorrow, I'm focused on developing the website and developing the curriculum. Part of the 12-week year is that I want to get it launched, this group, by the end of the year. And I think I will announce it to the Discord server first for the first cycle with a proposal. I'll be sending a proposal for everyone. Been riding motorcycles for over 50 years, and I've learned lots of good habits from this. Hey, thanks, Hog Rider. 50 years. Wow. Got a lot more experience than I do on riding. But we're going to get started on this. I wanted to share with you guys what we're doing. We do have some pizza. Grab yourself a slice of pizza. It's a little early, but still, it's almost dinner time for a lot of you guys. But we're going to jump into this MotoStars video. You guys know how we do it. We are going to go over some crashes and close calls. We got 3 videos today. We're going to film this. I'm going to edit this, and then I'm going to post it for everyone. Okay? So that's what we're doing. We do have the call to action for the Smart Rider games. Lots of fun. And the cool thing about this is I already have some new designs so the next version of this, there's going to be more. Let's go ahead and bring up. Go ahead and bring up the Smart Rider games booklet. It's so cool. You can just click the QR code that's in there, and it'll take you to the video. That's so cool. So glad I did that. But with the Kajabi website, it's just going to have the videos on there. All right. Almost 9 p.m. Yep. Elad's in Israel, right? All right. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and get here. We have some music. Here we go. All right. You guys know how it goes. So here we go. So I'm going to hit that record button. 3, 2, 1. All right, well, first, before we do that, let's make sure it's the first video. Okay, it is the first video. Okay. What is up, everybody? Dan the Fireman here. We're going to get started on this MotoStars video. This is one of the newer ones. We got some side swipes here, some crashes. So what we're going to be doing when it comes to this is figuring out how it happened, what happened, close calls, some crashes, trying to prevent some of that stuff, utilizing the plan method, which we're going to talk a little bit here, talk about some patterns. It's an educational video, so please stick around for it. So let's jump right into it.
Hey everyone, glad you could make it. Today I've got another video.
I don't like this positioning because when we're going to go over this part real quick. So positioning for safety, right? So we want a good line of sight in front of us. We want to have a good escape path, and we all want to have a good space cushion. I can't see past this vehicle. I don't like that. So I want to be off to the sides a little bit more. But let's go and take a look at what happens here. Okay, so now we can see. Oh, kind of swerved back into our lane.
Check this out and ride safe.
Couldn't do much about that, but kept the bike up. So very good. Why would that person do that? I don't know. But when I was talking about... Let's go back just to this.
Hey everyone, glad you could make it. Today I've got another intense video for you. I hope this situation...
Let's go back just a little bit. Sorry, something came up. So when it comes to line of sight, you can't see much right here. So this is why I like to be off to the sides. This side over here is not the greatest because you don't have a space cushion to the right, and it's a pretty bad escape because you can only use the shoulder. But I do like to be off to the side a little bit. And you're going to see the line of sight open up.
Video for you. I hope this situation...
Right there, there's the line of sight. So if you're riding to the sides of your lane, this is kind of the view that you get. Truck on the left blocked them.
And warning, so check this out and ride safe.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. He just kind of did that. Kind of a D-bag move a little bit, but good job keeping the bike up. All right, so we're gonna swerve or go around this roundabout. Lost some traction. So it could be gravel, it could be tires, it could be we accelerated a little too hard, we leaned a little bit too far. Lots of different issues. So in order to really practice like your slow speed stuff, because this is kind of slow speed, kind of turning, finding the balance of the bike, finding out what your bike can do. One thing you can do is go to the store and check out the new Smart Rider games. It's the drills, but in a game format. There is a game setup, but these are some beginner ones. That's the game rules, but a ton of drills, having some fun, practicing it. And if you get the physical version, you do get the digital version. So you can put this on your phone mount. There's also the digital version by itself. And if you click the QR code or scan the QR code in the actual physical one, so I click it, it will take you to the video of me demonstrating it so that you have at least an idea of what it is you're getting into. But you're going to practice your slow speed stuff, so tight turns, figure eights, head and eye movement. You're going to figure out how to balance the bike. You're going to friction zone, throttle control, all those things, and see if you can time yourself and beat my time that's in the video. That'd be kind of fun. Check it out. Links in the store, links in the description to the store. There's a discount code in the description too for it. Let's go ahead and keep looking. Okay, Harry. I see that. I see that. We're doing this live. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. 212. I think I see a K, so it's kilometers per hour. Somebody write that. I mean, that's basically 100 miles an hour, right? So we got some speed wobbles. Okay, got some speed wobbles. Something I learned recently from an Instagram reel, right, is that it's not always the front suspension being damaged, right? So this is what's happening to the front suspension, basically. That's why your handlebars are doing this. So it's not always the tire being damaged, the front tire, and having, or maybe low PSI. It might not always be the front suspension acting funny. It might not always be you accidentally doing that. Something I learned was that your rear suspension, especially at the speed wobbles, right? Your rear suspension could be too soft that when you accelerate super hard, it compresses the rear because, like, you know, you're doing this, right? It compresses the rear, so it takes traction off that front tire, which causes this. So just like the opposite of doing good progressive brake pressure, when you do good progressive brake pressure, you're applying a little bit of front brake, so then weight transfers to the front tire, so you have more traction, so that when you apply more and more and more, you're able to stop. When you accelerate super hard, which we all knew that it kind of lifts the front end a little bit, but if your rear suspension's like too soft or damaged, it raises it more than it really should, and especially at these higher speeds at 130, 120 miles an hour, right? It's going to make it to where you could have that speed wobble. So it's not only, like I said, the tire, the front suspension, hitting a bump or whatever. It could be, guys, check out your rear suspension. Or don't speed. There's that. Don't go super hard like that. But yeah, that was really cool to hear. So rear suspension could be a problem there. I forgot who I heard it from. Sorry if you're watching this. Write in the chat if you're the one that did it. I started following that person, though. After that, it was great information. All right, so what happened here? So great swerve, by the way, real quick. We're going to go say something nice. Don't like the helmet. Okay, not smart. We're coming from the far right lane to go to the left lane. Okay, cool, right? It could be done. I've done it. So that's a great swerve. Great swerve, and I'll be teaching that in the new Academy course. But we're coming up on this dude. It's not good. So this is a dirt bike, though. Probably knobbies. Less traction on the road. It's great for dirt. And so then he loses rear tire traction and then basically falls down. So this is why as smart riders we acquire and use personal protective equipment. So having a full gear, having that arm or the shoulder protection, the elbow protection, abrasion resistance, that half helmet's not going to do much. And he's going to go and slide across his butt. That's why you have pants. So he's probably doing fine the bike, and now he's got to deal with insurance. He's probably running away. All right, here we go.
Situation, the driver completely missed the approach
Speedo. Why?
approaching rider, but the biker was alert and riding a safe speed.
He turned off the Speedo and then he put it back on. All right, so let's take a look at this real quick. Sorry. That was the side of the vehicle. You see that? 50 kilometers an hour speed limit, right? And what I was saying, side of the vehicle, let's see if this is the problem right here. Side of the vehicle, we're talking about patterns. That person's going to pull out probably, right? Part of plan is locating hazardous situations. Is that a relevant threat? Navigate if it's an active one. But here's the funny part.
Safe speed.
64. Now, is that like a typically in your area, those of you that use kilometers, could you get a ticket for that? Because I know if we're over like 5, 10 miles an hour, maybe 10 miles an hour here, we'll probably get a ticket. 5, not so much. You know, what's like the buffer typically? Or it really depends on the cops. All right, let's see if this is the side of the vehicle the problem. There it is. Side of the vehicle is the problem. Good job with the braking. Good job with the braking. Let's take a look at that.
Alert and riding a safe speed.
Good job with the braking. So the braking is helpful. Did really good progressive braking. The only problem is that look at where we stop. So when we talk about total stopping distance, this is why it's so important to have swerving in your skill set and emergency acceleration also in your skill set. Because sometimes emergency braking might put you in a spot where you can get hit. So you need to know your total stopping distance and you need to know what your bike can do. Okay.
But the biker was alert.
So if we stop,
speed.
Let's say we're applying the brakes in an intersection and we stopped inside the intersection, not good because we're about to hit a red light. We're running a red light. We're like, oh no. So we try to stop, but we stopped in the intersection because we couldn't stop in time. Not good. You might have to accelerate through. Here, we stopped right in front. If that person kept going, we just put ourselves in that spot. So it might be good to brake and then swerve. Maybe brake, swerve, and then have to accelerate out. They're all tools in your tool belt. But what we can say here was really good progressive braking. You notice how he didn't slip and slide anywhere? So really good on that. Casually splitting, okay. Everyone's just kind of all over the place. The person's right up on you. Honestly, it's not a big deal. Just treat them like another rider, kind of side by side with you. Just stay a little bit away. Now the driver should sit back. A 10% speed grace typically. Yeah. Ooh, this is dangerous. Open lane pattern. Oh, super close. So look ahead. You got that other cyclist, motorcyclist. So open lane pattern. And watch out for gaps. So open lane pattern, what that is that if there's a long line, somebody's gonna want to come out. Okay, typical. But watch out for these gaps. People will allow somebody to kind of go through. I did that for somebody yesterday, going to Costco. It was 3 lanes basically. So me and someone else in 2 lanes stopped to let somebody go through. That person wasn't going to turn though because that 3rd lane was still moving. Still watch out. So that gap's pretty scary. So at this point, like I said, braking might not be the solution. Accelerating, emergency acceleration, give it a little blip to get yourself out of there. Might be what you need to do. So put that in your toolbox. Oh, no. Do you think it's going to be a high side, everybody? Low side or high side? Write in the chat what you think it might be. 3, 2, 1. It's a high side. Yeah, Horovac, Elad. That's a high side right there. Oof. I didn't give you guys a lot of time in the chat. Okay, so when it comes to this, how are you going to rescue your buddy? All you can really do is making sure that you remain calm and ensure your own safety. You don't want to be part of the accident either. You don't want to get hit by another vehicle. So make sure somebody's down the road telling people to slow down. Thankfully, he's on the sidewalk, so you don't really need to, but get out of the road. Be on the sidewalk with them. And then stop any major bleeds. That's super important. Guys, we only have very, very few left of these rescue packs. Check it out. It's links in the store. Very few of them. You get a card and everything, but tourniquet, apply direct pressure, maybe even have to pack the wound. We have 4x4s and 5x9s in there and some roll gauze so you can actually stop bleeding and then wrap it. A few other things. Quickly assess the severity. You could have a head injury. You could have spinal shock symptoms. All you can really do is lay him down on his back. Don't take the helmet off unless they're not breathing. And if it's a full face, so you see how you can't get access to the airway, you can't do rescue breaths. So if it's a half helmet, don't worry about it, just keep it on. 3/4 helmet, don't worry about it, keep it on. If it's a full face and he's not breathing, there's a way to take it off, okay? Just like how you normally would take it off you, do it to them. Support the head as best you can. But that was a terrible crash. Now, why did that happen? Let's take a look. So we're accelerating super fast right here. Accelerate. And then guess what we hit? It looks like we hit the paint. We hit the paint. Try to keep it in the lines. And so that it was turning into a low side and it caught traction. And now it flips him over. This is a high side. Huge mechanism of injury. Huge. Because all the forces are being translated into your body. So very painful. Hopefully he's doing fine. His helmet probably saved his life. Probably saved. Bike's probably done. But if it could do that damage to the bike, what do you think it's doing to your bones, your internal organs, your tendons and ligaments, your blood vessels?
While riding, the biker started feeling dizzy and decided to pull into a gas station.
Good.
He ended up passing out for 10 minutes and not a single person stopped to help.
I wonder why he passed out. So good on him for recognizing his body. Oh, that's a syncable episode. So he fainted. But that right there is why I tell people after a crash, don't let them stand up. Keep them laying down. Yeah, surface hazard, yeah. For the last one. Probably thinks he's just chilling and hanging out. Wow. I'd at least check. Blood sugar could be that. It could be a diabetic episode of blood sugar. Dehydration can cause that. And so what's basically happening is if your blood vessels, right? So these are blood vessels, you don't have enough you don't have enough blood going through it. It's not going to create the pressure inside your brain to keep your brain moving. So dehydration will drop your blood pressure. So low blood pressure typically happens for a syncopal episode, a fainting episode. Diabetic, same thing, where they just don't have the blood sugar in their brain. It just kind of shuts off. This is why bleeding loss is so dangerous for somebody to stand up and try to continue, because then they just pass out and then now they just lose blood, so they don't get oxygen to the brain, fuel to the brain, like glucose and all those other things that you need, the nutrients. So this, right, and then falling back and hitting your head, you can have a TBI. I had a guy, a patient, when I was a firefighter, all he did was walking in his garage, walking backwards, tripped over a toolbox, hit the back of his head on the concrete in the garage, and he was like 20-something years old, and now he's in a nursing home because he got a TBI that's made him disabled. So he's coming back out of it, so it's rebooting the system. He's gonna be confused. He's gonna be wondering what the heck's going on, and it's scary because you're by yourself. And this is why men that are married and they're elderly tend to live longer than those that aren't, because if something happens to the man, usually his wife's there to call 911. If he's by himself... Oh, we're going a little fast here. Oh, no. Target fixated on the back of that vehicle. Crashed into the back. We're speeding. Time to rescue, guys. So at this point, this guy's not remaining calm. You want to remain calm. Avoid any of the road surface hazards. Pull off on the shoulder. Do progressive braking. You're going to be a couple 100 feet away from the person. So if you can, and it's safe to do so, do a nice little sharp U-turn, which, guys, you can practice it with the games here. Or start running or jogging to help out your buddy with your trauma kit. Keep the helmet on. So he's off on the shoulder. That's good. Okay, we got a nurse here. Yeah, she's got her nitrile gloves, which you get with the rescue pack. And we're going to check for any external bleeding. So I like to go down each arm, each leg. Do I have blood on my nitrile gloves? Okay, there's bleeding. I'm going to check the chest, the abdomen. And if I can, if I have help, I'm going to log roll, check the back. If he's talking, airway's working. If he's talking, it means his circulation's working, his brain is working. If he's repeating questions every 3 to 5 minutes or 10 minutes, his brain he's got a TBI. I'm so concerned about getting hit by another vehicle. It happens so much, guys. Okay, what are we gonna... Oh! hit the shoulder. Good job recognizing it, moving over.
Hello, Mr. Semi.
Hello, Mr. Semi. Yeah, give semis space. Give them a lot of space.
You can have my lane too. I understand.
Love it. Love it. Anybody here?
Hey, that's not what I meant.
That's fine.
Gee.
Anybody here has driven semis or anything like that? Understand like longer vehicles, bigger turning radius. So like at intersections, when I'm like in the left turn lane to turn left, and there's like a semi doing this, I always make sure I back up a little bit so that they might take some of my space because they need more. It's always good. It's always good. Recognize that. The music. A lorry with a trailer. Oof. Oh no, we dumped the bike. Slow speed maneuvers, guys. You're going to recognize how to do that with the drill booklet, everybody. So once again, here it is. Here's some beginner ones and some easy ones. You got a QR code on the bottom. So just scan that on the physical one. It comes with the digital one. You just click it. Practice your slow speed. He accelerated really hard. Let's take a look at this one again. He accelerated in the turn right here, and it lost traction on the back tire, and it flipped him over. So understand with the drills what your bike can do. Take them easy from the beginners. Go all the way. I bet you most of you can't even do this one. I want to see you guys try that one. The hards. I want to see you guys do the hard ones. It's hard to do. But you'll learn. Andy Uguni, I know you've been doing it. And it could be a new tire. Could be. Could be gravel on the road. Could be. But this music, I swear. But what you have control over is your throttle and friction zone. Side of the vehicle right there.
Time to see the rider, but still choose to ignore him.
Okay, now it's an active hazard, so rolled off the throttle. Good job engine braking. Pulled in the brakes a little bit. How you doing? Can't stand still? All right, so. Oh, scary that somebody's gonna completely stop. Good swerve. Good swerve. Guys, this is perfect. I really want you guys to see this. So what I typically do when I'm riding around, I think every ride is a practice session. Every ride is a practice session. So if there's like a discoloration here, or like a patch in the road, or like one of those little water manhole covers right here, what I do, let's go ahead and just pretend it's the patch. What I do is I go towards it, and then I swerve around it, and I go back. I practice my swerves. And so what this person did, it's supposedly like a heavily loaded truck coming up behind, something like that. For whatever reason, they stopped. But this is why I also position for safety. I like to be off to the sides, because typically when cars just randomly stop or they have an issue, whatever, they're like this, right? So here's, yeah, the tire, whatever. So if I'm off to the sides and I can't swerve in time, I just basically split, on the sides. Now, also, if it like they take up a little bit more room and they're like this, that's great. Since I'm off to the sides, all I have to do is just a very easy adjustment versus being right behind the vehicle and having to swerve all the way around. You know what I mean? This is why positioning for safety is so important. Write in the comments if your positioning off to the sides has helped you, because now you can also see too. Let me know if it's helped you. So right here, we're right behind. Not a big deal. Why did they stop? I don't know. Swerve. Great swerve. Really good swerve. Really, I mean, imagine him speeding though, how hard that swerve would be. All right, we got animals, I bet. Let's see. Or somebody's gonna go wide. Yep, there it is. Same thing with positioning for safety. Nice little adjustment off to the side. Good job. A little Polaris slingshot. Got a little close. Wear some gear, please. So it just kind of came over. Ooh. If you're riding in a group, guys, that's a little too chaotic. Especially with only like 3 people. Come on now. Okay. Okay. Oh. Right here, tight turn left. Tight turn left. There you go. See, handlebar turn. Go. Good job. Get yourself out of there because they're going to swing into you. Camera fall off? I think the camera just fell off. That's all.
The driver behind didn't bother
Right-hand
waiting
turn.
for the rider who was clearing.
Oh, is he going to hit him in the back?
Went for a pretty risky move instead.
Honestly, I just start leaving stuff like that just because people they do stuff like this. Ooh, good job at seeing that and doing a tight turn to the right because he was going to get sideswiped on that.
All right, pay attention to
Is that a Ruroc helmet? What kind of helmet is that? That does not look like a Ruroc.
this bicycle right here.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the helmet. All right, so looking at the bicyclist.
All right, so the whole tantrum started from this wheelie right here.
Why?
All right, so
Good job swerving out of the way.
It's like a gun, so I get out of there. And I figure it's a baton. So I decided to have a little bit of fun.
Dude's got some road rage.
What's happening? The guy on
The other guy, not this guy.
actually recording. and getting
Good job with the slow speed turns. He's probably been doing the games. Look at that nice little U-turn. He is a stunter though, so he has really good control over his bike. Ooh. That dude's angry. At this, just leave. Just leave. Yeah, you don't have to do any of this stuff. It's just really interesting to see the control of the bike. But yeah, just totally leave. Get out of there.
On my way. I'm curious. He rolls his window down, so I try to ask him one more time. He says, act like an adult, as if he didn't just try to run around at an intersection with a baton.
Yeah. This guy's got some balls. Honestly, I would just leave. I wouldn't try. See, like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, just, there's no point in antagonizing all this stuff. I mean, imagine getting footage of this, but then, like, you break your leg, and now you can't ride because that's what you like to do. It affects, like, let's say you can't work out as well anymore. Your work itself is not good. Let's say you're in construction. Even if you're an office worker, now you're having to get, like, accommodations. Like, ugh. There's no point. There's no point. Let's go ahead and...
That doesn't make any sense. All right, so I just said, let me take off my... And he didn't want to wait. My buddy sees him with the baton again
Who's this guy?
and pops him upside his head.
Okay. Guys, let's not do this. You see how it escalated? You see how it escalated? Like, if you just left, none of this would have happened. Yeah, the guy did his thing, but then just, if you leave, you just go on with your day, and, like, nobody gets hurt. I get it. It's like, you want to stand... Pride. It's pride. Did he fist bump? I don't understand this culture. I don't understand this. I get it, like... If it's family, right, you get into, like, or a friend, right, you kind of, like, get into a squabble and it starts escalating. You start tackling each other, wrestling, maybe an elbow here and there, and then it's like, okay, all right, we're good. And then it's like, now you're friends again, and, like, you established, like, we just solved a disagreement physically. I get it. I mean, that's what guys do sometimes. Strangers, I don't get it. I don't get it.
He actually surprises me right here with a fist bump. You know, that is a very rare thing.
Yeah, it's rare because you usually only do it with friends and family.
Handles are like men. Alright?
Yeah. Okay, so side of the vehicle came out. So when I was talking about accelerating, so there's the side of the vehicle, it's intersection, somebody's gonna come out. At this point, stopping at this speed, you could probably do it in time. Perfect. But what you can do is also emergency accelerate. Now, you do have problems, though. You have this and you have this as an obstacle, right? So braking is a good solution, but you can emergency accelerate if you can just get in front of them, then apply the brakes. Just move on. Just move on from that. Not a big deal. Okay, open lane pattern. This person's going to come out, right? Oh, no. We hit a bird. Somebody hit a bird. So when I was saying open lane pattern is our lane is moving. It was a bird. Our lane is moving. This is great, right? This person might not want to be stuck behind this person. And so they're going to possibly want to come out. So that's what you typically see. That's what you typically see. That's why I was calling it out. It is an open lane pattern, and it's part of plan where I'm assessing if it's a relevant threat. Once they start moving over, then it becomes an actual threat. So I got to navigate that. That bird was already on the ground, so it already got hit. Looks like a roadrunner almost. See that or can't stand still? Whew. Not good. Not good. Okay, well, that was that. Well, thank you guys for joining me here this Saturday. We usually do the live streams on Friday. But grab yourself a slice of pizza. Make sure you check out the booklet. Links in the description. And there's going to be a discount code in there. So with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. All right. Hey, there's the one. We got 2 more to go. We got 2 more to go. We're going to take an intermission. You guys can go get up and pee. I'll give you guys about a couple minutes. Go ahead and grab yourself a slice of pizza. Don't take it to the bathroom. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. Maybe if you do it at home, that's fine. But I don't know if did any of the rookies clean up? Just the urinals, not the... Come on. There's probably some streaks in there. You guys are disgusting. You guys eat a lot of crayons here. So go ahead. Take a quick little break. We're going to jump into this one. I won't go pee. I'll do the contrary. Beer. Hey. Are you drinking pee beer, though? What kind of beer? Tell me. I've been on carnivore, basically keto, for the last week. And I was like... I was like daydreaming about... What was it? I was daydreaming about French fries. Like potato. Ooh. Heineken's okay. Okay. Heineken's okay. I like myself an IPA. Steak and fry. Oh, you suck. I bought some chuck steak from Costco, some thin, grilled it, 5 pounds. It'll last me about a week. I eat about a pound a day of the meat. How you doing, Gizmo? I understand, man. It's just Juanita, what'd you say? Just kidding. But yeah, a nice beer. Oof. My favorite beer is a Ballast Point Grapefruit Sculpin. Get yourself a nice little goblet. You have to do this. You have to get yourself a nice little goblet. It comes in a can. Just pour it in the can. Cold. Anybody live in San Diego? Near San Diego? Ballast Point has a brewery there in Little Italy. I highly recommend you go. Good food, and you get access to all their beer. Oh, so good. The cream soda wasn't the greatest. I don't know why I had to say that, but everything else was good. Victoria, British Columbia. I want to go... Hog Rider, I want to go visit. I was there in September, and beautiful. I want to go back. But yeah, I'm down 7 pounds. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and get back into... Everyone come back from taking a pee? Everybody come back? Everybody came... Yeah? You know, I wonder if... One second. Let me try something. I wonder if Oh, damn. The lounge doesn't work anymore. I used to have a lounge. Okay, the front desk kind of works. The garage kind of still works. The front desk. The lounge doesn't work anymore. Okay. Dan, where'd the beard go? Last I saw you, was shortly before the DGR. DGR, hey guys, that's another thing. I forgot. The DGR is back up. This year, last year I was an ambassador. This year I really want to fundraise, but I'm so focused on other things. I might not fundraise as much this year. I am riding in it though. I might not fundraise this year that much. Yeah, every year I've gotten a helmet for the top 50 to top 100. I think they changed the top 100. I think I'm retiring myself from that and focusing fully. Hey, Tyrus, welcome. Focusing fully on this other aspect, and then going hard next year. All right, guys, we're gonna jump into this next one. Did I have it set up? Yeah, this is the next one. Okay, we're gonna hit that record button, guys. We're gonna hit that record button. Yeah, I can't wait, Elad. I can't wait to launch the forum thing. What happened to the beard? It's still there. What are you talking about? You can see my neck though. Yeah, it's a number. It's probably like a number 3 millimeters at this point, but I usually trim it to 2. I like it. I don't need beard shampoo anymore, really. It's weird. And it doesn't like get messed up. I usually get like bed beard. You know, like people get bed head. I used to get bed beards where it's all like twisted and gross in the morning. Don't have to deal with it anymore. You guys remember when it was like this long? Now I've been working out, getting thin. Now, anyways, here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, we got another Moto Stars video. Ooh, little side sweep. Oh, whoa. Pause that, because what we're doing here is crashes and close calls. We're trying to figure out how it happened, what happened, utilizing the plan method. This is an educational thing, but I want to see that one again. Okay, that was pretty bad. We're going to see it in the video itself. What happened here? High impact. Not good. We're going to go over that one. That one looked pretty good. That one looked like it was at a track. That's where you want to practice. But before we jump into it, I like that he has his phone on the handlebars because we do have a Smart Rider Games. Let's go ahead and pull it up on my phone. So this is our slow speed maneuvers. It's going to help you out with, basically, if you can finish this, you can get your endorsement. Go to the DMV and get your endorsement. If you want to practice your slow speed stuff in a parking lot, 10 cones, and practice before you go to the MSF, perfect. Also, there's QR codes inside. If you just click it, it'll take you to a video of me actually doing it on YouTube. But here's the thing. There's also a physical booklet where you could just scan the QR code if you really wanted to. So see if you can beat these times, because once you go into the videos, oh my gosh, there you go. Once you go into the videos, I show you how fast I did it, post it online, and tag me, and I'll come see it, and I'll either congratulate you or make fun of you. Just kidding, I won't make fun of you. But let's go ahead and jump into this one. Let's see what this looks like. So position for safety. That's how I like to position. Once again, it's educational. Position for safety. Off to the sides right here. Do you see the line of sight, how you can see far? I like that. I like that. If you were right here, you'd be looking at the back of this vehicle. So this is why I like to have a good position off to the sides. Also, when it comes to position for safety, line of sight. That's what we're pointing at right here. We want to have an escape path. What's our escape path? Right there. How easy of a swerve that is compared to being in the middle, having to swerve hard, right? Space cushion isn't the greatest, but this looks like stop and go traffic. This is your space cushion. It's okay. It's okay. It's what's going to happen. But since we're off to the side, boom, right there, good line of sight. Also, one really cool thing is that if you're driving or riding and you're off to the side, you can see this person up ahead, their brake lights. And if you see their brake lights happen, guess what? These brake lights will happen, and then you're going to have to brake. And so the simple fact that you can see the brake lights up ahead, you know this person's going to apply theirs. So when you see this one right here, you can start rolling off the throttle and covering those brakes and getting ready. That's one of the cool things about line of sight, is that you can act and anticipate and perceive way ahead.
Today we are starting with the driver who aggressively tried to change lanes, completely ignoring.
Okay, we swerve lanes, good.
But the
Okay,
biker
he has his indicator. I want to point that out. Okay, well, it's right there.
figured out a way to handle it.
Indicator, good job. So move over a little bit to the right. I like the little bit more to the right. Oh. So at this point, since this person's taking your spot, they're going to win. We're already in the back. Go ahead and roll off the throttle, apply progressive brake pressure. And then if we can, try to, right here, try to move this way and apply the brakes. Let them have it. They're going to take it. They're going to take it. No reason to fight. Let's see what happens here. So he moved over, but we accelerated a little bit more.
I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't see you. Like, you can just pull in where.
When have you ever seen a driver do that? Like, apologize. That's pretty cool. Open lane pattern here, though. We'll talk more about that later.
Sir, that guy just trying.
Now we're doing this. I'm going to skip it. I don't care anymore. Oh. Little too much rear brake. Oh, this is what happened. Wait. Is there a camera on the car? Is there a camera with on the car? Okay, so there's a camera on the car. Okay, cool. Getting some cool footage probably. It's probably the pace car. It's the lead car that's going to take everyone everywhere. So it's kind of like a very good, it's supposed to be a good group ride. It doesn't look like a mob ride. Everyone's kind of staggered for the most part. This person maybe not paying attention, but look at the shadows. We're pointing out everything in this video, guys. Look at the shadows. So what does that mean? What does that mean? I have a feeling because you don't see sunglasses on the guy, right? What is this? Yeah, so probably sun in the eyes. Couldn't see. Like, oh, what's going on? Couldn't see the brake lights. This is why having glasses is important. I use Flying Eyes optics, polarized glasses when I ride. But anyways, so we're coming up here. Last second. Oh, crap. You see the... Oh, I want to like go back a little bit. I want you to see the shaking of that front tire. What do you think the shaking means? What was that shaking, guys? There's so much information in this one video. His ABS was kicking in. So we're applying a lot of front brake. So it's starting to like kick. It's like it's trying to not lock in and slide. It's like stopping, go, stopping, go, stopping, go, so it doesn't slide. That rear tire started losing traction. We're starting to fishtail, so that rear tire locked up. Okay. And then there's the impact. Okay, so it looks like a pretty decent group ride. Overall, terrible situation. Having a rescue pack is important, especially with that higher impact. So they locked it up. Okay, so we're going to talk about this one a little bit. So I'm really concerned about his pelvis in this situation. So his pelvis is not going to be that good. His hands, maybe not his thumb, is not going to be that good. It's called skier's thumb, where like skiers with the poles, whatever, and it like locks in and then it does this. Same thing with the handlebars. It can do this. So you're going to tear tendons possibly in here. His pelvis, he's going to slide up over the gas tank. So his genitalia, soft tissue damage, not good. But then once his legs hit, because like your legs are down, right? His legs hit the handlebars. Could easily have a broken femur. Usually at higher speed, this one maybe not so much, but bruised quadriceps, maybe like some soft tissue injuries there. Maybe there's something like sharp that could impale in the legs, but that pelvic area sliding up on the gas tank and then your soft tissue hitting the dash at that high speed, sudden deceleration into the dash, you can tear things, explode a few things, you can rip and, ooh, not good. So this is where I'm very concerned because you have your femoral arteries going through your pelvis. And if you slice that, you're dead in a minute or two. Whoa, he landed. One sec. He landed it. I think he jumped last second. Very good. He jumped last second. He's walking. Okay. But that's my concern. So the main thing here is pay attention so you don't do this. Pay attention. Okay? Not good. All right. Ooh, 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 ooh. Keep it up, 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 keep it up. Drivers don't pay attention when turning lanes. Now, what happened here, though? So, guess what? We talked a little bit about open lane pattern. This is an open lane pattern. It's just that the car does not want to be behind the motorcyclist, so switches lanes last second. See how he was catching up to the motorcyclist, so they did an emergency swerve. Maybe they weren't paying attention. Whatever it was, they switched lanes. This whole mob ride aspect of like we're all going to take different spots in lanes creates a lot of havoc, a lot of chaos for other drivers, and they just want to go home or they want to get to work or they got to take a dump. You know, it's turtle heading. They got to get out. They got to get home, you know? So when this happens, it's overall not good, but we didn't have to stay in the lane, right? I think we're ready for a rev bomb. Let's see. Let's see if my head's in the way here. Yep. He was going to do a rev bomb. Look at left hand on the clutch. Rev bombing will not save you. You're pulling power away from your rear tire just to increase the RPMs and sound, which means you have no power to accelerate out. Swerving, you're going to do it slower. What are our emergency moves here? Emergency braking, emergency swerving, emergency acceleration. Nothing to involve a horn, rev bombing, making noise. Your way to get out of this situation is to swerve. Rev bombing it's not going to do anything. If you notice, the first reaction that this motorcyclist has is to rev bomb. That is called a training scar. So if you train and you figure out close calls and you're like, I got to go for the horn, I got to go for a rev bomb, and you practice that, and maybe it works for most of the time, right? Maybe it works. Maybe they do hear you. Cool. But what's the one time they don't? This is what happens the one time they don't. So you need to practice the actual maneuver that will get you into safety, into a new position for safety because you located it, you assessed, you're going to have to navigate this new active threat to get yourself in a new position. The only thing that's going to help you and to control you, the only thing you have control is what you do. You can't control them. You're trying to control them with noise. Control yourself. Get yourself out of there. Swerve. Don't rev bomb, guys. Now you got to deal with this.
Did you not see me? I was right there.
So we talked about the open lane pattern, why he moved over.
Kyle.
Okay, cool. That's why he did it.
If someone did a lane.
So that's why he did it. It was an open lane pattern. We should recognize those things. So that's the preemptive. And then if somebody does do something, we have to do the reactive and do the swerve. We can't control them doing the merging. We can control ourselves getting away.
You don't turn into them.
Oh, please don't crash. You're not wearing gear. Crest of the hill. Oh! Did it hit a shield? The winch? Is it a turkey? That's a turkey. So it looks like, so there's a little bit of plastic right here. So it looks like it hit the windshield. Guys, if it's breaking the windshield, what do you think it's going to do to your face? Please wear a full face helmet. It's going to rip off the face shield because it's gonna pop off. But you have that chin bar that it won't like break your nose. Anybody remember Fabio when he was on a roller coaster and like a bird like hit him in the face and like messed? Am I dating myself here? I feel like I'm pretty old. I don't think a lot of people know who Fabio is.
Here we have a rather costly mistake from the beginner rider who ended his ride in a...
One sec, you guys don't know who Fabio is? I'm reading the chat. You guys don't know who Fabio is? All right.
spectacular way.
My mom used to read a lot of the books that had him on the cover. Oh, whoa, 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 what happened? Okay, let's listen to the engine. I think he whiskey throttled. What do you guys think? Let's see, did anybody hit him? I don't think anybody hit him. I think he lost control and whiskey throttle at the same time. Oh. We just talked about that. Just check it. Look at. Guys, skier's thumb. Right there. That could happen. That could happen. That's what he's checking. So whiskey throttle, he gave it just too much and lost control.
Also,
hopefully it's just a level 1 or level 2 tear and not a level 3. Level 3, you got to get surgery. Level 1 and 2, it's going to be painful for probably months, honestly. Oh, swerved in front of him. Attempted murder. How come they always post just the initial thing here? You know what I mean? We got road rage. Whenever I used to ride without gear when I first started, I think we all kind of did. I don't recommend it. But anybody's ever gotten a tan? Just like that little spot? Anybody's ever gotten a tan like that? Anybody else ever had Mickey Mouse hands? You guys know what that is? Is that when you ride a motorcycle long distance, or at least out in the sun all the time, with just a t-shirt and gloves, and then you get a tan, and so you get a tan all the way up here, but then your hand is, since it's covered, your hands are white. So you get a nice tan, hands are white. Mickey Mouse hands, right? Because Mickey Mouse has white hands. Anyways, moving on. All right, what do we got here? Having fun in the tunnel. Everyone's done rev bombs in the tunnel. Oh. Good job with the brakes. But when we talk about positioning for safety, right? Ooh, take a look at this right here. This is a good position. You notice how we're off to the side and we have great line of sight. Guess what this is also? Our escape. It's hard to... That's also our escape path. Okay, that's an escape path right there. Okay, guys? So in case you can't stop in time, you can just split. But if we were right here, guess what happens? Oh, I gotta stop. Crap. Not good. Hopefully you can swerve. But this is why I like to position and set myself up for success. So now we're in the middle. Oh, crap. And we probably switched to the middle because the road surface is terrible on the side. I get it. But sometimes braking, unless you really trust yourself, you might want to swerve. But good job. You don't have to flip anybody off. Move on. Lucky. I'd rather do that. I'd rather do that than get T-boned and have my left leg amputated. All right, so what happened here? It's a red light, green. Okay. I'm going to say this, and I get it. We all played red light, green light when we were a kid, right? Sometimes I play it with my dog. She doesn't listen. She doesn't pay attention. She doesn't understand the human language. But just because it's green doesn't mean you go. Green means you can go. Weird, huh? So what you're doing when it turns green is you start to creep up and you look left, you look right, and I get it's backwards on your screen, but for me it's the same. And you look left, and then you go. Because people like to run red lights. Like this person. Sun in his eyes too, could be an issue, whatever it is, doesn't matter. But we see this, good progressive braking. Squeeze that brake. We're not going fast. Rather have that. So, success on the motorcycle rider. Huge success. You know why? This right here. Okay, perceived, right? We were talking about total stopping distance, perception, reaction, braking distance. We're not going super fast. We're going 12 miles an hour. At least that's what it says on the speedo. So we perceived, and now we got to react really quick, which he does. Our total stopping distance, we have to stop right here. So I consider this a success. Overall, it sucks, but I consider it a success because we didn't die. Don't recommend.
Signal
I think that's kilometers an hour.
way too late. On the other, the rider started overtaking a solid line. I'm curious, what do you guys?
Okay, we're gonna kind of power through a lot of this stuff here when it comes to education. So right here, take a look. This is what I keep saying. I love these as examples. Position for safety. Decent space cushion at the speed, not really. But it's maybe the camera, whatever. Line of sight, absolutely terrible. You see how you can't see around the van? Like what's on the other side? What's on the other side? You don't know. So line of sight is terrible. Our escape, we're gonna have to swerve. We have terrible escapes because there's no shoulder either, right? So we don't have a good escape. So really our escape is braking distance, and this is why we need to have a good space cushion. But when he gets to this point right here,
Line. I'm curious what.
now we're off next to the line, right? We're off next to the line. Look at our line of sight. Guys, this is common sense. Like I'm pointing out common sense here. But a lot of people still don't do it. They think they need to ride in the middle. Right off to the side. We're not into the other lane. We're off to the side. Our tire is in line with their tire. Their mirror sticks out just a little bit. Our handlebar sticks out a little bit. We're not in the other lane. We're not going to get hit by, like, all of a sudden the other car. We're right in line with the tire. That's actually a really good example. So if you can keep your tire in line with their tire, look at your vision. This is also your escape. You can lane split. So I get it, he's trying to pass, but like he's in the position that I want you guys to start riding in for a lot of times. Now, if you're riding in this position and they scoot over a little bit, here's the fun part. You switch over. They scoot over a little bit, you switch over. If there's road surface hazards, you switch over here for a little bit, and then you switch back over. It's a game. It's fun. It's fun.
What do you guys think about this one?
Not his fault. It looks like he might have. Oh, he was trying to pass too. Looks like he was trying to pass. He was trying to pass. And he's got high vis on. That dude's got. I wonder if do they make motorcycle gear that looks like this? I wonder if I should get some just to kind of like just to play into the whole Dan the safety man thing.
Bye.
Oh, lost traction. So he accelerated around the corner, lost that rear tire traction. So take that corner nice and easy. And you know how you guys can practice that, right? You guys know how you can practice that. getting the Smart Rider games. It's the brand new booklet that I came out with. It's got a ton of drills. You got some hard ones, some moderate ones, but it does have, and some easy ones. And all you need to do is have 10 cones. There's QR codes on the bottom. So you scan it. It's going to take you to the actual video of me doing it. And if you get the physical version, there is a digital version only. So if you're international, perfect. But if you get the physical version, you also get the digital version. So put this on your handlebars, practice, and then also the QR codes inside the digital version are clickable, and it will take you to the video. So try to beat my time, have some fun, but you'll learn real quickly with the drills. You can't just keep accelerating around those cones. You have to make sure you actually do good friction zone, throttle control, head and eye movement, handlebar turn. So practice, 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 guys. Links in the description. There's a discount code in there. Check it out. Insta360 Ace Pro 2. I have the Ace Pro 1. Anybody like the 2? I don't really know what the difference. Ooh. A little bit of an accident reconstruction. We're going through the turn. Right? Looks like it might be a bridge or like an on-ramp and an off-ramp. What do we like to do? We like to do some highway pulls, right? Well, maybe we're going a little too fast. Our buddy's going a little too fast and went a little too wide, and his hand got cut off on the screen. No, he hit the freaking guardrail, guys. Maybe he hit like a road surface hazard you couldn't see in time because it's at nighttime and hit it last second. So lots of different hazards, guys. Lots of different, and as a smart rider, we're always seeking and recognizing hazardous situations.
Okay.
So he's doing fine, very good. We don't have to rescue him. Make sure you ride smart. Oh, this is not riding smart. Not using a lot of technologies. It's a good way to practice your swerves. This is a little dangerous. Don't do this. Good swerve here, though. I wouldn't recommend doing that. All right, here we go.
This is a perfect example of how just
Beautiful area.
a second of
I like the
inattention can
clouds.
get you into serious trouble.
Okay, so we're gonna turn right. Open lane pattern. Watch out for anybody wanting to come out. Ran over the little cobblestones. Made a little. All right, just get. Oh. Pay attention. Pay attention up front. I get we're looking left, but at least stay in the lane. Ugh. So once again, the drills will help you out with that because you're looking for the next cone, which might be to your left, but you're going around this one right here. So you're practicing your head and eye movement too. So guys, grab the games. It's not just like, hey, I'm practicing in the parking lot. Oh, it's slow speed. Yeah, of course it's slow speed. You're getting bonded with the bike, but you're also practicing good habits for when you're on a motorcycle, like the head and eye movement and turning and chin on the shoulder to really get going into it. You're practicing good habits for when you do take it to the street with higher speeds. Write in the comments if you guys have done the Smart Rider drills, the Smart Rider games, because we had a bunch in the past, how it's helped you just in 10 minutes.
I know
a lot of Japanese people love having these ape hangers and those big sissy bars. We have a high speed, or a high side right there. So he slammed the brakes because of the car or something. Yeah, what he said. Exactly. 3/4 helmets are cool looking, but does not protect your face. The two-pole run's fun. That's one of my favorites. Okay, so this is the view. What happened? So he probably went around the corner. I don't know what he's saying. But look at that impact. Oh my gosh. Went around the corner, got a little scared, and applied the brakes a little bit hard. That impact. They just straight up lost control. Alright. On a track, perfect place to practice. So in a parking lot with the Smart Rider games, you're practicing slow speed maneuvers to get the basics down, the fundamentals down. On a track, you're applying the fundamentals because you know them. You're applying them almost perfectly because you want to get the basic fundamentals down. And then when you go on a track, you're learning more advanced techniques to build on top of your fundamentals. Think of it as like a pyramid. Your fundamentals are the widest part. It is the most important part. It's the foundation of your skill set. And then you got more like novice, advanced, like pro track rider. You know what I mean? So you want to build your skill set, but a lot of people skip this bottom part and think I could just do trail braking right at the top. I could just do this. I could just do this. But then they fail because they don't have that foundation of knowledge. And this is why it's so important. This is why I tell people, just go to the parking lot, do these. Guys, go to the parking lot. We're talking about the 2-pole run. See if you can do the 2-pole run. That one, some people have a lot of trouble. Just try that. See if you can do it. Beat my time. I'm doing it on not an Indian. I'm doing it on a Honda Rebel 500. All right, what are we gonna do? Low side? So think of a track as like a giant parking lot. Ooh. Oh, road rage? Yep. Just let them do that. Let them do their thing. Let them do their thing. All right. Ah, with noise. All right, so we're gonna switch lanes. Looks like he's outside of the, yeah. Why did we switch lanes? Open lane pattern for us. We don't want to be stuck behind this person we see in open lane. We're gonna go over there. Open lane pattern. He's gonna do a head check right there. Very good. Oh, we got side of the vehicle though. Uh-oh. Swerve. That was some insane track footage. Okay, what's happening here? They're going to cut us off, apply the brakes, do some engine braking, maybe just roll off the throttle. That's all you got to do. How you doing, Solid Snake? How's your brother? Here we go. Okay, not a big deal. Get past them. Very good. Handled it. Okay, we're going through a roundabout. They're going to probably come out. Okay. Intersections are orange stage, a little prepped and ready, trying to figure out what's happening. What do we got here? Side of the vehicle peeking out. Okay. Downshifted. Very good. We applied the brakes, handled it. This is kind of what it looks like, guys. The camera's not picking up a lot of the light, the headlight. It's not doing that. ISO, frame rate, all these other things. It's not picking it up. It's an action camera, small lens. It's not going to capture a lot of light. It is what it is. But this is kind of what it looks like. So this is what it's pretty scary when it comes to speeding, because you're not going to see the road surface hazard in time, and you have to swerve out of the way, and you're not going to be able to see it in time. So let's see what happens here. Somebody's going to peek out. Okay. Open lane pattern. Good job with the swerve. We're going to find the escape. Oh, we're just going to speed anyways. Beautiful area. Uh-oh. Somebody went wide. So a group. So they probably went wide on the turn we just took, but just launched into the side of the mountain. So
you're not bleeding, right? The bone is out, but you're not bleeding.
the bone is out, but you're not bleeding. That's called a compound fracture. That's not good. Not much you can do for that. You don't want to push the bone back in. Don't do that. The only thing you can do is control bleeding. So if he is bleeding out, you might need a tourniquet, especially for a compound fracture, because you're not going to be able to put pressure on that. Damn. Left leg. Looks like it's on the knee. So, I mean, it might just be showing his patella his patella. But if it could be his femur sticking out the top. Because I don't know if that would be his fib, or any part of that coming out the top. Because the thing is that with the mechanism of injury, when we hit the wall, the forces push this way. unless his foot hit and it pushed this way. Surprised he's not in a lot of pain right now. He's screaming.
Yellow phone?
Yeah.
He's very calm.
Accident right here coming up the 74 highway.
So definitely have somebody over here doing this around the corner. This is a bad accident. So part of rescue is remain calm, call 911, or tell someone to call 911. So he's doing that. Ensure your own safety. That's why I said somebody around the corner. Stop any major bleeds. In our rescue packs, we have one tourniquet. I carry 4 in my own personal one.
What's the cross off of the 74?
It's just the trail to come up to the 74 towards the Vista Point.
Is he breathing?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get you over to Highway Patrol.
Okay. Yeah, because we don't know exactly what. Okay.
See, this is why you want traffic control, because they could hit you. Adrenaline is a hell of a drug. That's what's happening here.
On the way there, okay?
Okay.
Quick.
Yeah, have someone turn on their flashing hazard lights, wave down the paramedics. If he gets worse, what's gonna call us back immediately for further instructions.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, somebody's taking care of him already. You can do whatever you want with that. I wouldn't. I'd ask the guy that's taking care of him, what is it you need? What is it I can help you with? If I don't have the knowledge. Yeah, don't push the bone back in. 1, it's probably going to cut you. 2, you're introducing bacteria back into the body. And 3, you're probably not going to be able to do it anyways. The muscles are spasming around that bone, and so it's going to be almost impossible to move. So once his adrenaline goes away and he has like muscle relaxers at the hospital, it'll relax, and that's when they can do the surgery. So they'll do some drugs on that. He's not screaming. That's impressive. That's impressive. Okay. Green doesn't always mean go. Who's at fault? I mean, I don't think it's really like a who's at fault situation. It's like, what is it that we can control? And we could have controlled not wheeling in front of that. Ramsian, exactly. Exactly. And there's no reason to get upset by this. Oh, he's on his phone. That's perfectly fine. Well, thank you first and foremost, Motostars, for putting this video together. Nice little educational spot. Having a lot of fun here on the live stream. But with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe. Check out the link in the description for the Smart Rider drills and the games. I'll see you guys on the next video. All right. So we did the game stuff enough. We're going to do the Cardo Pack Talk on this next one because they've been good to us. You guys want to check them out. I wish they had another sale going on that was like 20% off. I can get you 10% off, basically. That's pretty much what I can do. That's what they offer. Take a little pee-pee break if you need to. We're going to get started on this 3rd video. Usually don't have 3 videos. This one just came out 2 days ago. Let's see what people are saying. Biker's fault, overreact, big understatement in this situation. What a drama queen you are. Cannot turn or never imagine. Last clip left me with lots of questions and no answers. Antonio made a dumb decision. Maybe they should paint yellow markings on the road to warn you. Oh, wait, never mind. This is what happens when you don't know how to ride a motorcycle. 0% front brake, 200% rear brake without ABS. Oh, we're probably gonna have somebody dump their bike. The utter numpty show. Okay. People are just ripping into all these people. Felony stop with no felons? What? Okay, so we maybe have a cop part in this. Do any of you ride enduro boots in the city? Dan needs to get a guest spot on Revzilla as a product display model. You think I could be a model, guys? I don't know how to model, guys. I don't know how to do that. What are we talking about? I need to work on my skills. All right. Here we go. We're going to jump into this one. 3. Yeah, I got stubble. I like it. It's a 2 to 3 millimeter. Dan the model. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, we have a brand new MotoStars video here today. We got some crashes and close calls. We're going to try to figure out what happened, how it happened. But before we get to this accident scene, guys, make sure you check out the link description for Anaconda Pack Talk Edge. This is the duo, so go doubles with your friends. You get 10% off with the link. Use code DDTF at checkout if it doesn't work, but you get 10% off. Check them out. Great Bluetooth system, so you can talk to your buddies. You can listen to GPS. You can listen to music. You can even take phone calls. And it's great, guys. Check it out. Link description. This is what it looks like on the side. Maybe we'll find some people wearing it. But let's jump right into this.
Hey guys, in today's episode, I've got a bunch of unexpected and crazy situations that you have to face. I hope you can learn something from this, so check this out and try.
Well, let's learn something from it. We went a little wide here. And we're down the mountain. Hey, we actually stopped. That's really cool. He's got his glasses. Okay. Down the hill. All right, let's take a look at what happened here, everybody. So we're going...
Hey guys, in today's episode, I've got a bunch of unexpected...
We're only going 50, not super fast, but we're going all over the place.
And crazy situations that...
We've got a blind curve coming up here. A car kind of blocks and messes up our line of sight. Okay.
From this, so
we're going to take the turn.
And try it safe.
And we hit some gravel towards this outside of the road. Not fun, not good. We lost traction, and now we're going to go ahead and slip and slide and have some nice impacts on our body. Hopefully nothing too crazy. Hopefully we don't have a concussion, but more than likely we do. So if you want to try out a minor concussion, go ahead and do this. Stand straight, shake your head back and forth. If you have a little pain in your head, that's your brain hitting the inside of your skull. That's just doing this. A little painful, it goes away real quick. If you're dehydrated, it won't. But imagine hitting your head, boom, 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 boom. Okay, sharp turn. We got an Indian here, right? Yep. Oh. Oh, that noise. It's scraping. Oof. Went a little wide. He's got boots on, though. All right, let's take a look at what happened here. So we're coming up to here. The chevrons indicate it's a sharp turn. So take it nice and easy. We're only going 30 miles an hour. We're accelerating. We're already going wide. So at this point, when you're like, oh, crap, I'm going a little wide, roll off the throttle. Maintain your turn like normal, but roll off the throttle. Just reduce speed. Just reduce, not drop it, but just like reduce speed, turn a little bit more. Last second, he was going to slam the brakes, and that would have been bad. That would have been bad. Kept it up, though. You're right. Kept it up, but I wonder what he scraped up. Probably just the side stand. That's my best guess. I would get off the bike and check it, though. I'd pull off onto the shoulder right there and check it. All right, getting behind somebody. What are we going to do? We're going to pass. Person's going to turn left. His bike's probably going to do fine. He's got those crash guards on it. But now he's got to deal. So they're talking to each other on their Anaconda Pack Talk Edges over here. 10% off.
I saw him do it. Boom.
Oh, maybe that sounds like an AI. But they have Bluetooth.
No, I crashed my bike. EH.
What can I do?
EH.
Wait. I do.
Are they robots? Did AI take over? What's going on here? All right, close call or how I locked rear wheel on a motorcycle. Damn mongoose. Okay, here we go. Beautiful area. Great view coming down a hill, which means that you're probably going to gain speed a little bit easier.
Whoa.
What would cause that rear tire to do that? What would cause the rear tire to do that, guys? Write it in the comments. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A little bit of a panic seeing that car come out, and we smashed the rear brake with our right foot. Locked up that rear tire. Started slipping and sliding. So he started slipping and sliding, locking up that rear tire with that rear brake. How do you solve that? You release it. You release it when the bike's kind of in line, and the bike will just start to try to balance itself out. And that's what happened here. So let's go back just a little bit. He's going to lock it up and then release. You can see, look at the right leg. Watch the right leg. It's going to do this. Ready? Okay, one sec. Watch the right leg. It's when he presses. You'll see it. There it is. You shouldn't be doing this. You should just be doing this. Nice and easy. If you do this, that's what happens.
Whoa.
Overconfidence and excessive speed meant travel was just a matter of time for this rider.
Okay, yeah, we're going a little fast here. Not good. Oh, find the escape. He blew up. He blew up. Damn. That sucks. Hey, he blew up. All right, moving on.
We don't know what we're dealing with here.
Okay. Oh, is that a jump? He's gonna jump it? Oh, no, 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 no.
Yo! Oh. Yo!
They're talking to each other.
Dude, no, I told you to slow down!
See, that's the cool thing about having a Bluetooth. You can talk to your... Great. Finally. Finally, we have somebody... I keep explaining it.
No, I told you to slow down!
Watch. Okay. How do you cross tram tracks? Do you just gently roll, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, and then go? Or do you do a quick little perpendicular swerve onto it? This is exactly what I try to explain to you guys. Do what he's about to do. Purposeful action to get over. Now, let's see what happens, though. I think something bad might happen now. He did the same thing to get back over. Good. That's exactly what you do on those tram tracks. Because if you don't, your tires are just going to get locked in there. And you're going to dump it. Oh, is he kind of stuck? Is that a curve? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Don't give me directions ever, bro.
His buddy's laughing. Hey, he handled it. He did well. He got himself in and out.
Oh, I can't get down from here.
He handled it. He handled the whole thing. Good for him. Oh no, we're in a truck. That means somebody's gonna come around this corner really fast and crash probably. Okay. There it is. There it is. Going a little too fast around the corner. Went too fast around the corner, went wide. Saw the truck, couldn't get back into his lane in time. Got to find an escape, didn't work out too well. And then we crashed the bike. Yeah, his buddy was laughing his ass off.
Oh gosh.
All right.
I hope his friend comes back. He will, but he'll have to turn around.
Yeah, I'd probably stop and help.
This road,
all right, here we go.
The challenging road conditions and
ooh, look at the water on the road. So be careful. Yeah, road surface hazards can be a little slippery. It's not gonna be the perfect time. So the reason why track riders and pro racers can do a lot of these things when it's raining is because their tires are insanely sticky. And they don't last very long. And they're warm. They have warmers on them. They keep them nice and sticky. Our tires, yeah, they do have tread to disperse the water. And you can trust your tires when you're riding in the rain. But when you're going 103 and you're going fast around corners and there might be road or oil and other road debris on the track that you're riding, you're going to run into some issues and lose a little traction. Rear tire lost traction. It's going to gain right here. So he got very lucky. At this point, just go ahead and tell your buddy, hey, slow down. Oh... Swerve, please. He's swerving. That's good. Good job. The music. Oh! He just wanted a hug. Oh, his buddy's not doing good.
Misunderstanding can end badly when riding in a group.
Yeah, small misunderstanding when you're riding in a group. Guess what would help out with that small misunderstanding? The Cardo Pack Talk Edge, 10% off in the link in the description. So you can tell your buddy, hey, I'm slowing down and stopping. Please don't peg me.
You had the bigger gap. Oh, now
I don't know if Cardo's going to want to use that as an ad. Now that I think about that. Watch this silver car in my mirror. Okay.
This other one does. I'm getting over.
Okay, so they're talking to each other on the Cardos. This is a great Cardo video. Okay. Having fun, relaxing. It's a red light, though. You might want to pay attention. Good job braking. Hey, we stopped right on the line. Perfect score.
This Brembo brakes work pretty good.
Been grinding my teeth. My jaw hurts.
I got 3 bikes. I got 3 of them.
Let me guess what kind. That's about $400,000 worth of bikes. Just 3.
You put in front of me like that, I like to cut you. You need to watch what's behind you before you get hurt.
You weren't near me, man. You're good.
This is a thumbnail, guys. Sorry. At this point, I would just do this. Yeah, the t-shirt company that sells motorcycles. Okay, we're in a lane filter. Okay, you can do that in Arizona. Good job. Get right in front. Oh, we have a crash. So he's just going to navigate around it. Oh, we're going to help? Hey, I want to see this because I want to point out what he's doing right. He's doing really good here. So if you have a big bike like this, you could probably have a trauma kit in your saddlebag. Okay, so there's no EMS on scene, so this just happened right before he showed up. It's a Hyundai Palisade. Those are nice. I was going to get one. All right, so I want to point out what he did right here. So he recognized that there was a situation coming up. Like, oh crap, so I'm going to go ahead and lane filter to get in front. Now when it comes to rescue, this is what I'm talking about. Remain calm. So he did a head check, very good. He's going to ensure his own safety. So get in front because traffic will hit the cars behind him at this point. So good job getting in front. And then right here, go ahead and turn everything off. Do everything you need to do, whatever it is. So I would now get my trauma kit. I'll take my gloves off. And with the Cardo, you can call 911. You can just keep the helmet on. You just go ahead and, you know, get on your phone, dial 911. So that's part of it, is you call 911 or tell someone to call 911. Then you're ensuring your safety. You did great. Stop any major bleeds. That's what the trauma kit's for. And now he's going to do an assessment. So at this point, what I would do is I'd walk up to this person right here because that's where the impact really is. It's in that driver's side door. That's going to be the higher priority one. I'm going to ask her or him, like, how are they doing? If they're just simple questions like, hey, do you have any pain anywhere? Do you have any difficulty breathing? Do you feel like you're bleeding anywhere? Do you have anyone else in the car? And I'd like to ask that question because sometimes they're like, yeah, my kid. And you look in the back seat, there's no kid. Maybe their brain is not working well or the kid got ejected. Not good. Or they're like, no, and there's a bunch of people. So that kind of gives you like an assessment of where they're at mentally. But if they're like, yeah, we're fine, then I move off to the next car and be like, hey, how are you doing? Okay, you fine? Okay, cool. Do you need any help? You need anything like that? Cool, no? Okay. If both of them say no, I take off. If one of them's like, yeah, I need help, and you just start like hanging out, maybe they're having like an emotional response or like panicking. That's something important too. So I would stay for somebody that's like panicking. I would try to walk them through breathing. So box breathing, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds. And I would do it with them. And then I would do that a couple times to lower their, because what that's doing is lowering their blood pressure. It's lowering their heart rate. It's lowering their breathing rate. Because if they do have any comorbidities or any type of other issues, maybe they have a heart issue, maybe they have other issues. If you can lower all those vitals, it's going to help out when it comes to the actual medical history that they have. So that's something helpful, and that's something I would stay for. And just talking, kind of hanging out, and be like, maybe telling them the process, be like, hey, there's going to be cops showing up. They're going to want your ID and stuff. They're going to probably want your insurance. Not a big deal. You know, if EMS shows up, hey, you know, they're going to do a check on you. I'd totally let them, you know, put the leads on you, take your blood pressure, take your pulse, just kind of chat with them. Sometimes firefighters are pretty cute, especially if it's a girl in there. I'd be like, hey, sometimes firefighters are cute. You might be able to see one. And then just be like, hey, you can also just say, I don't want to go to the hospital. You can always sign a refusal. You don't have to go to the hospital and stuff like that. And I just kind of like hang out. And then when EMS does show up, I'd be like, hey, I got 2 patients, one in each vehicle. Both of them saying they're not hurt. They were both wearing seatbelts. Airbags deployed, though. The first one in the Hyundai Palisade, you know, was hyperventilating, and I just talked to her. Now she's doing fine. But I'm going to go ahead and take off. I'll see you guys later. That's kind of how I'd handle it. And I've done that a few times. But if they were bleeding, I'd be helping that out. I'd try to stop any major bleeds. So he's doing exactly it. Doing a good job. All right, lane filtering. Well, this is splitting at this point because traffic is moving. Watch out for any open spots. Anybody's going to want to merge to a different lane. Okay. Hey, solid snake. Oh, somebody's turning. Please don't get T-boned. All right, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Standing up, good. Oh. Right leg's not working. It's not working. Let's take a look. Full speed. Mechanism injury. Right side impact. The right side impact, lower leg, lower extremity injury. Could be bleeding out. This is where a tourniquet, high and tight, do a hasty tourniquet. Hasty tourniquet right here. Because the whole leg is pretty much, yeah. Hasty tourniquet, high and tight. Tighten that thing down. All right, here we go. So stands up. Okay, cool. Oh, leg doesn't work. Leg doesn't work. Leg doesn't work. Either too much pain or the your bones are like the scaffolding. Your muscles move the bones, but the bones keep. I mean, you guys had a steak without a bone in it. It's just kind of floppy. Or like a chicken thigh without a bone. It's just floppy. When you have the bone in there, it provides structure. So in a situation like this, when they're standing up and there's no structure, instability and whatnot, it means the bone is not doing its thing. The muscles are, but the bone's not. So, or it's just massive amount of pain immediately. I've seen this so many times.
Okay, Google, call 911.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, femur bones breaking, very dangerous because your femoral artery runs, all your arteries, guys, run along your bones. That's why tourniquets work, because when the tourniquet compresses, it's actually compressing the artery against the bone. That's what's really happening. And so if you have a break in your femur at the wrong spot and the shard kind of pops out a little bit, and it's gonna lacerate that artery. Bones are like, guys, that's what they used to make knives out of. Like bones, animal bones. They would use knives. They make knives out of them. They're sharp. You guys remember like when you're losing your baby teeth and you're like tonguing the crap out of it because you think it's fun, and then you like slice your tongue on the little sharp parts of the bone? I mean, that's just the tooth. All right, here we go.
Like this,
a little washed out.
And help you stay a bit
Beautiful
more
view.
on the road.
It is beautiful, man.
Are we in Arizona? Because this looks. The four of us were chilling at the lake when the two lead riders wondered where the rest of the group are. We gave it 5 more minutes, then geared up and went back. Here's what we found. Oh, terrible feeling. Here we go. Let's see what happens, everybody. Okay, come on.
Well, this is the first.
Okay. EMS is on scene. Looks like one of them's holding C-spine. Looks like ambulance only because there's 2. Usually a truck has more. So they're going to take the helmet off. Let them take it off.
Side of that helmet. Yeah, pull a liner out first.
This looks like Arizona.
Nah, it's good.
I'm concerned about everyone standing in the road. You see what I mean? Guys, don't stand in the road.
Get up. Okay, let me make sure everything's good, and then you can get up.
So he's doing blood pressure right here. Okay, so he's got the monitor out. He's doing blood pressure. So he's going to do blood pressure. He's going to do pulse oximetry, which is going to give you the pulse rate. It's going to give you the oxygen saturation. He seems to be talking. Everyone seems to be doing fine. It's a trauma incident for the most part. So what they're really looking for, and they're doing a rapid trauma assessment, what they're really looking for is going to be any broken bones, any lacerations, any bleeding, anything like that. But who knows? Like, part of EMS is like, what caused the accident, right? Was it a loss of control? Was it road surface? This is why I go into that stuff, like loss of control, road surface hazard, all these things. Was it just a failure on the rider's part, or, and this is what typically sometimes it happens with car accidents specifically. Did they have a diabetic emergency or a heart attack or some kind of like a syncopal episode where they fainted and then they crashed? And so then, like, you could be dealing with a crash and you deal with the trauma part and you're taking care of like lacerations, but if you don't do a medical assessment with it, you might not find out that, yeah, their blood glucose is 20. And so the problem isn't just taking care of lacerations and taking care of, like, you know, broken stuff or trying to like talk to him. It's like, maybe he has a TBI, you know, he's not answering questions right. This is why they also get a blood glucose reading. because it's like, oh, okay, so let's give them some glucose, and now they come out of it. And then long, hot riding can lead to dehydration. Exactly, Ramsey. And this looks like it's Arizona. It might be in the summertime. Who knows? And it could be dehydrated too. So they might have to give IV fluids because then they're going to check with the blood pressure and a few other things. It's like, oh, this blood pressure is really low. His blood pressure should be stabilized. He's laying on the ground. His blood pressure is like really low. Or his blood pressure is like extremely high. Like then they start doing interventions on that stuff. So this is why it's so important to get EMS on scene. So that's why it's call 911 or tell someone to call 911 because you don't know the full situation. These guys have the tools. You don't keep a $20,000 heart rate monitor on your motorcycle. And you don't have the knowledge that some of these guys have.
This is crazy, man.
Yeah, a little crazy, but I love seeing it. I used to do that. I used to do this all the time, guys. This was my job for 11 years before I started doing this motorcycle stuff. I absolutely love it. I kind of miss it. Actually, I kind of really do miss it. So they're trying to block the sun. Inside the rescue packs, we have Mylar blankets. You can just have a couple people just holding this above. Because it does make a difference. You're just providing comfort, which will help out the vital signs.
This is crazy, man.
Did she try to kill me or did I overreact? Let's find out. Open lane pattern. Open lane pattern. You overreacted a little bit. See, that's what I'm talking about. When you start to recognize these patterns, your riding becomes a lot simpler. Your riding becomes a lot calmer because you start to recognize why people do what they do. And so when you're riding right here, perfectly staggered, great space cushion, good line of sight, good everything, right? We have our lane. It's an open lane, not a big deal, right? Not right now. But we come up to here and we see this big vehicle in front of that vehicle that's going to come out, right? So that big vehicle. So once you see that, you're like, I think they might want to come into my lane because if I were them, I wouldn't want to be behind that big vehicle. And guess what? And we're kind of jumping into this. This is about 26 minutes into this video on the live stream. That's called perspective shifting. If you're able to understand why somebody else does something else because you kind of project your own things into it and you start to pay attention, you start to listen, you start to really recognize a lot of these things, you're perspective shifting. So it's not maliciousness, right? It's a mistake. And so once you start recognizing people are making these mistakes of not looking into the mirrors and not doing the whole inattentional blindness aspect of everything, when you start to recognize that, you start to calm down. You start to be like, oh, they're human. Oh, they're human. Now, if they're going to do this, what do? I'm just going to go ahead and let them in. It's not a big deal. So when you do that, not just in road situations, so you don't have road rage, the escalation of your emotions into anger, apply the same logic to your friendships, to your family, to your partner. Perspective shift. Sit back, acknowledge what they're saying and doing. It's probably a mistake. They didn't mean to hurt you, especially if they love you. Didn't mean to. You don't have to overreact with anger and frustration. You can just sit back and be like, okay. So that's why learning your partner, learning about your friends, learning about your family will help you out. Learning about driver behavior, right? Friend behavior, partner behavior, family behavior, driver behavior. It allows you to understand so that you don't overreact and you can stay calm and you don't do this stuff right here. Motorcycling will teach you how to interact with others in your life in a better way. And usually when people do wrong things, they're going to do what this lady does and is just not going to pay attention to you. So it doesn't matter what, you could be frustrated with a family member, a partner, or a friend, and you can try to control the situation by telling them what they did wrong and kind of criticize and do all that stuff. They're just not going to, you can't teach people that way. You can't teach people that way. Yeah, just do the thumbs down and move on and be like, hey, you kind of screwed up. Not a big deal. Moving on. That's how I want to be when it comes to family and friends and my partner. It's like, hey, you kind of screwed up, but it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. I accidentally hit mute. Did I hit mute again? Is it just not? There we go. I guess there's no sound on this one. Okay, so somebody's just kind of pulling out. Not a big deal. Yeah, assume the best from others, not the worst. One of the things that I've learned, it's like it's not maliciousness. It's usually kind of like an incompetence. And that sounds bad and good, right? If it's not maliciousness, it's incompetence. Like, oh, don't call me incompetent. It's like, hey, guys, everybody, when you were little, you were pretty incompetent when it came to tying your shoes. Just saying. Until what? You learned? Until you practiced? So incompetence is just a skill issue. Get better. Which is great because then everyone can get better. Not a big deal. At least you're not being a D-bag. I was about to say dick, but oh, I guess you said it. Dog. Lots of dogs. Uh-oh, we got to turn. Oh, we're just going to go ahead and do this. Juke them out. Go, buddy. Go. Yeah. These dogs are just... I mean, they're probably working. Oh, my gosh. Now we're, like, getting stuck. Go for it. Get out of there. Cop trying to not be suspicious. Okay. Oh, it's pretty suspicious. Yeah, nice helmet though, AGVs. Yeah, that's what I do is I just sit on cruise control. I'm like, you ain't gonna get me for speeding. I'm on cruise control. Unless your sprocket's a little different, it's gonna mess up your speedometer.
Turn the keys out.
It's kind of a...
Rider with the dashboard. Bicep to your right.
Whoa. Gotta be wanted. Got it. Because, like, I heard that these police cars now, I always thought they had to, like, type it into their MDC, the mobile data computer, like, license plate. But I guess they have, like, they do have technology that just constantly scans people's license plate and runs checks while they're driving. They don't have to do anything. So I have a feeling maybe he saw that this person maybe has a warrant and pulled him over.
Look up to your rod. What if I can see your waistband? Turn in a circle toward me.
They stopped the freeway for no reason. Everyone saw my six-pack for free. So, like, here's the thing, guys. I'm not assuming. I'm not saying this is the case. Don't get me for this. I'm not saying this. You're probably innocent of everything. I don't freaking know, right? This is one side of the story. But this right here, this mentality, sounds a lot like Max Wrist, and we all know what he does, and he blames the cops. He blames everyone else, right? Usually when you have a lack of accountability and you kind of play off the video or you play off the situation like, they did me wrong. Typically, you're the one that probably did some stuff. And this is a natural response and natural consequence. They don't just do this. These guys in this department do not want a lawsuit and have to settle out of court. You know what I mean? They don't just do this.
30. All right, stop me. Keep coming.
And that's the...
Except to your left.
Yeah, that's typical. And this is another reason, if you have like a friend that is not a good person, don't ride his bike or borrow his vehicle just in case.
Keep going. That's good. Walk back towards me. Our hands on your back. Okay. So right now you're being pain, okay? Okay. You were just riding with that rider. Okay.
But who knows? Maybe he's innocent. I don't know. think my brain is dying. Guys, thank you for joining this live stream and this live class. This cop is... we don't have donuts today. It's pizza. We don't have those. Hope you guys had a great time. Hopefully you guys learned some things. But with that said, check out the links in the description for Ricardo, Pack Talk, Edge, the Smart Rider games, everything on the store. And I'll be seeing you guys on the next video. He's like looking at the pizza. Hey, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Yeah, what came out of that last clip? MotoStars doesn't post... He used to post the links in the description. He doesn't do that anywhere or anymore. They get a lot of comments. You're a bot. All right. Very cool. Let's go to the office. Original, he mentioned his buddy come as a hit on the scanner. She was free to go. I saw this a long time ago. Let me see if I can. Okay, sweet. High risk stop is what you get with a group ride, even if it's not you doing anything wrong. Oh, okay. It's weird though. I mean, if the group wasn't doing anything dumb, I wonder why. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and just pause this music. Guys, that was 3 videos. Very nice. 3 videos. A little bit lower turnout today. It's the weekend. People are having fun. Usually it's about double what it is on a Friday or Thursday at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. But that's fine because I had stuff I had to do yesterday. And like I said, I've been working really hard on the mentorship program. I guess that's really what it is. It's a mentorship program where I lead it. I will be posting in the Discord at some point announcing people can sign up just for the student lounge. I'm gonna figure out a different name for it. I'm on fire. Thank you, Elad. Thank you. Why do I have burps? But I am gonna go. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna edit these videos at home because I'm gonna have some steak. It's already 1 o'clock. Oh my gosh. 3 hours. We'll have some steak. And I'll edit these videos, and these videos will be out. At least one of them will be out today. Wait, no. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But there's going to be some videos throughout the week. But I am going to be filming Tuesday at Ride Now Tucson for the motorcycle fitment, basically test. Like we're going to go. I'm going to walk you through what I would look for in a motorcycle, and we're going to kind of figure things out. And we're going to have some fun with that. And then I'm working on, like I said, that screw it. Let's call it what it is. I'm creating a motorcycle riding group. That's what it is. I'm creating a motorcycle riding group online, so everyone can join. There is a membership. There are membership dues. I guess that's what I'll call it. We'll figure it out. I'll figure out the pricing. I really don't want it more than $10 a month. And what we're gonna be doing is, and here's the thing, it's not like, hey, we're doing a membership group and it's just, we're here to like hang out. And I don't want to I don't want people paying just to hang out. That's what the Discord's for. That's free. What we're doing is I'm heavily focused in leading like a disciplined accountability, a commitment to physical health, mental resilience, spiritual growth, and then also learning new skills in this as the smart rider. So smart rider skills. So we're going to be doing smart rider games. We're going to be doing the drills. We're going to be doing ride reviews. I'm going to do ride along with Dan and the firemen. So we're going to go out and practice, or I'm going to go out and ride, point out things just like what we're doing here. And then also do some rescue stuff. And with the membership dues, and this is why it's a paid thing, this is what I really want it to be, is that if this I want this to be the next phase of what I do for a living. And so with the membership dues, it's going to basically pay for me to live. At the same time as profit grows, because we're talking about business now, as profit grows, is that I do want to be able to collaborate with other people, like collaborate with other educational facilities for, like, let's say Stop the Bleed. I would like to be able to produce something with them. So pay for it, pay for the class, pay for the instruction and whatnot, and be able to film that and then give that to you guys. Same thing, like just constantly be spending money on my own continuing education from the membership, and then recording it and then bringing it to you. I'm not going to collab with Max for this. And so that's what I want to be able to do. And so that's going to be the thing that I want to start doing, cuz like I did the tactile emergency casualty care, Stop the Bleed, accident scene management. If I can work with an MSF company and be able to like record the thing, be able to do stuff like this, I think it'd be really good. And be able to share it with you guys. And it also the challenges and the things that I'm going to be bringing to you guys, because we're going to do like a weekly challenge across all those dimensions. Like I said, the physical fitness, the mental resilience, spiritual growth. We do weekly challenges. I want those to become courses themselves, or like at least archived challenges that anybody can follow along. So I'm going to have to document those things. I'm going to have to record those things. I want to have a weekly meeting with everybody during those challenges. Let's say on a Wednesday, it's like a midweek check-in to see if we're doing well. And if we need help, we can finish out the week strong. This is the direction I want to go. So I'm really working towards that. And that's what I'm going to be doing this weekend and the coming weeks. I want to take you guys along the journey of growth. Not just learning how to ride, but learning how to be a better partner, learning how to be a better friend, learning how to be a better person to yourself. Because I know a lot of us self-shame. I got through that. I got out of it. A lot of these things I've overcame. I want to share those experiences with you. And I want to be able to share those tools that I have that I've written down through 5+ years of journaling almost every day, therapy of over 6 to 7 years, tons of life experiences that I've failed at, but that's how you grow and you learn, is that you fix your failures so you don't make those failures again. And that's what life is just suffering. It's a lot of failures, a lot of personal growth. And that's how I treat my life. I focus on my life as a testing ground to become a better person. And so that I want to share that with you, and that's where I'm at in my stage of life, and I want to be able to bring that to you guys. Yeah, lots of people are their own worst enemies, and part of what I want to do in the new riding crew, the Smart Rider crew, I think that's what it's going to be called, is that we're going to keep each other accountable, and it's going to be an open space, because I do know, if somebody's having a tough time, just people holding space is important. And a lot of people don't have that. And I have to reach out to like a therapist to be able to get that. I'm estranged from my family. Partly my choice, mainly my choice. Actually, it is my choice. I set some boundaries and they didn't respect those. So like I can't even reach out to family to do stuff. I have friends. I do have some other people I can reach out, but it's mainly just, my therapist and myself. So I've had to develop a lot of these tools to cope, to self-cope or self-soothe and all that stuff. And so I know a lot of people out there, I know a lot of you guys out there don't have a lot. You don't have a lot of friends, or you only have coworkers. You don't want to bring this to work. You don't want to bring it to your wife. You don't want to bring it to your girlfriend. You want to be able to handle it on your own. But typically how we do it, and I did it for a long time, was handle it with alcohol. handle it with like, overeating, handled it with like, yeah, just like bad stuff. And now I'm in a situation where I handle it. Guess what? I have a routine of waking up early, working out, eating right, having a purpose, having established friends, having safe friends, choosing how to choose good friends. A lot of self-reflection, a lot of becoming better so that I attract better friends, I attract better partners, I attract better people. And that's really kind of where it goes. And then when I do have tough moments, I have ways to handle it. And that's the thing is a lot of people don't have that. I think I went through the crucible, a crucible and the ringer. I mean, yeah, a lot of stuff I would love to share more, especially in a group setting. And that's what I'm going to be doing when it comes to the new academy, where that's kind of like what we get together for, and we do the Smart Rider games and we compete against each other and have fun. We also get better at, becoming a smart rider. So we're going to go out riding. We're going to point out open lane patterns. We're going to point out intersection hazards. We're going to point out all these different things. And then also be able to do some rescue stuff. And I got, the dummy here. I got a few things here. I can show you guys how to do these things. I can share knowledge that I have. And then, yeah, that's going to be like how we get together. But then guess what? After 15 minutes of doing, games or the rescue or a quick ride, the next 45 minutes is us hanging out and chilling and having some pizza and donuts in the classroom. But then talking about how is the week, kind of what we've been doing for for over a year now, and on the live streams. That's pretty much what it's going to be, but it's going to be more in depth because I'm going to have a structured 4-week challenge or an 8-week challenge where we read a book together. We do 2 chapters a week and we talk about what we learned from those 2 chapters. Did you stick with your 5 days, Monday through Friday workout? Hey, did you stick with what you said you were going to do? You're going to wake up at 6 in the morning. Have you been waking up at 6 in the morning? No. Okay. Well, what is it going to take to get you to wake up at 6 in the morning? Are you going to bed late? Yeah. Okay. Well, stop going to bed late. Why are you going to bed late? Too much stress on your mind? Well, then you've been missing your workouts. Let's get your body out of that. Let's get some somatic release. Go get a workout. Go take a hot bath. It's not weird to do that. It feels good. Try some other things. You feel physically starved, like you're alone. You haven't had a hug in 2 weeks. You haven't, been able to talk to someone in 2 weeks. Do you have some money? Go get, not these kinds, but go get like a massage. Not one of those ones, but like a real one. And just, it's going to help you relax your body. You're going to get that physical touch. It's a non-sexual thing. It's a very good somatic release, and you're going to feel great afterwards. Or go find a pool hall. Go bowling by yourself. Take yourself out to dinner. Take yourself out on a date. Not like I'm going to go out and wear sweats and whatnot. No, like take a shower, shave, get ready like you're about to go on a date, put on some deodorant, maybe some cologne, wear some nice clothes, and go sit at the bar and order yourself a nice meal and just listen to an audiobook or some music or talk to the bartender and then go home. Take yourself out. Being stuck at home and isolating is not going to help you. So like these are the things that like that I want to be able to like help out everybody. Like that's the accountability, that's the friendship part. Take your dogs, treat your dog like it's another person. I talk to my dog Stella all the time. I take her on my road trips with me. We went to Sedona. I took her to Sedona with me. Took my girlfriend, we became a boyfriend girlfriend up there, but she brought her 3 dogs. I brought my dog. We had a nice little Airbnb. Yeah, don't abuse alcohol. And that's the thing is like alcohol might make you feel better in the moment, but it is a depressant. And nervous system depressant, sure. But what you don't realize is like, why do you feel like crap the next day? And then you start getting like, your body doesn't feel good, which influences your mind that doesn't feel good. And it's just a cycle. It's just this cycle. And then that's why when you're like, you don't drink for like a week or 2, and you get this mental clarity and you get this energy, guess what? The alcohol was robbing you of life. It's okay every now and then, but just realize if you have like a couple drinks the night before, the next day is not going to be the greatest. That's why I only drink like a couple drinks if I know the next day I don't have anything to do and I'm going to sleep in anyways. But yeah, that's the truth right there. The physical, mental, and relationships. I treat relationships in that aspect as spiritual, But that's just because I'm looking at relationships through a Christian lens, which actually helps a little bit more. I like to add a little bit more purpose to each thing. So physical, I add a little bit more purpose outside of it's just going to help my body, is that I have challenges and I have like a reason to do it. And so I have the Ragnar relay, the Spartan race. And so a little bit more running, a little bit more cardio. So that's my top line goal vision for the physical. The mental, the top line goal for the mental is to be able to handle conflict in a calm presence. I want to be able to handle, and I've been doing really well with that, but I want to be better. And then with the relationships, I look at it from the Christian spiritual lens, where everyone's God's children. And so if I'm going to be angry with another person, or if I'm going to, judge another person, or if I'm going to speak badly about another, like I'm doing it to one of God's children. And if God lives in all of us, then I'm doing it to God, and I don't like that. I don't want to like harm somebody like that. So what I try to do is with relationships is speak with gratitude, with patience, with forgiveness, because if that's what I want to be like him. So that's what I'm focused on. And yeah, you're right. You don't need a religion to do that. You just need to be able to look at somebody with grace, gratitude, patience, like all those things, those traits that I mentioned. But for me, in my life, I almost need that little extra, like that little extra to be able to do the traits, like an extra purpose. And it's the Christian aspect has helped with that for me. It used to be philosophy. It used to be Stoicism, Taoism, and then like more of like the psychological stuff with like existentialism and absurd. Like I deep dove into all that, right? And that helped me out a lot. But I felt like I was just kind of faking a lot of it. And so then I just was able to do that. But yeah, Dave, thank you for the $5. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But that's kind of like where I stick with the physical, mental, and relationships. And then there's the other side of it where it's like the purpose. And this is what I really want to help out with other men, is that so there's those three things. Those are three things that you absolutely need for yourself. But then as a man specifically, and I think everyone truly does, but I think I can speak for men on some things, is that purpose where you go out and you achieve something. Like you go out and achieve something, whether it's work, whether you're like an athlete, like, whatever, you need to go out and achieve something, and feel confident that you can achieve something. Because then once you feel that confidence and you have the good physical, mental, and you have you don't even have to have relationships, but you can have physical, mental, and you can be achieving something, you will attract relationships that value that. There's going to be some that are going to try to take advantage of that. And that's why you need to be a little bit cautious and aware and set boundaries. But if you achieve something, you're successful in whatever it is that you want to do, you're going to feel like you can make a difference. And a lot of men, and I was there, contemplating suicide. A lot of men get to that point, ideation and actual action. They get there because of learned helplessness. They get there because they think that they're no good, and they can't provide anything, and they're just a burden. They don't achieve anything. They don't produce anything. They can't serve anything. That the skill set they have is no good. And so they're like, might as well check out. And that's terrible. And when we talk about the DGR and men's mental health and all those things, like I've been doing the DGR since 2014. And this is a personal thing for me. And so like being able to achieve something, to have that purpose, to have that mentality that you are worth something. Maybe someone can't recognize it right now because all you're doing is you're alone. You're focusing on your physical, your mental, and then you're trying to achieve something. Well, you're gonna build a network. Just give it time. Just give it time. And sometimes you have to go out for it and get it. And for me, it was going to church. I'm on the safety team there. I do bathroom duty, so I clean the bathroom. I talk to everyone. I know the deacons. I get greeted. It feels good on a Sunday when people know my name. I do have some friends now. Like all these things. Thank you, David, for another $5. I had emotional high fixing my snowblower this winter, did a lot of good for my mental health. And at that moment, a win is a win, no matter how small it might be for others. Exactly, Ramsey. And that's the thing. You must be able to achieve stuff, yes, but achieve stuff you want, not something someone else tells you must achieve. That's exact. Both of those are correct. So I'm going to go on the Ramseyan one. Is that's why part of what I want to do for those week challenges in Horovac, you were here at the beginning, and a lot of you were here at the beginning when I was posting, when I showed the physical. I showed the physical like aspect, or sorry, waking up. That's an achievement. Waking up early, you get so much done. But waking up early, having that physical workout Monday through Friday, and you show up for it, that commitment, that discipline for it, and then you read those 2 chapters that week. You go out and you do the drills that week. You go out and you obviously go to work and you do your thing for that week. For me, it's reading 15 minutes of the Bible. I'm doing a 365-day Bible read, so it's only about 15 minutes a day. But like all of these are those small wins. Because at the end of the week, like let's say you start Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, and like Wednesday it's a little tough. That's why I want the midweek check-in. It's like, oh, I feel this is a lot. But then like Friday, and then all of a sudden next or Sunday evening, when you're sitting down, you're like, I woke up at 5 in the morning every day. I messed up here and there, 5:30, 6 o'clock, but I went to work out. I accomplished all my tasks. I actually feel better. I've been doing this. I've been eating cleaner for the whole week. Big win, big accomplishments out of those small systems that are involved, and you feel better. You get that emotional high. And it's like, I can't wait for the next week. And then it gets easier and easier and easier and easier and easier. And before you know it, it's a habit for you. And that's what I want everyone else to feel. And that's what I do that's what I do. And we're building systems in place so that in 6 months, you're a completely different person because you've read like 6 books. You've read 6 books on growth and mental resilience or whatever it is that we're going to do. You've also been working out for 6 months. You've been waking up early for 6 months. You've been going to bed on time for 6 months because you don't stay up late drinking anymore. You're talking with your family and friends after 5 o'clock, but you're setting boundaries. And that's the thing, Horovac, is you want to set boundaries because these are the things like if somebody's telling you you need to drink more to hang out, and so now you're doing that, but it's like damaging you, that's not fun just because you get to hang out with that person. Or if like you're trying to live up to your parents' ideals of you, you're not going to be happy even if you achieve them. You have to find the thing that motivates you, and that's part of why I focus on the verticals of the physical, mental, relational, or spiritual for me, and then purpose. It's like you guys get to choose how you want to do that. I'm just going to give you like what I'm doing. And so my physical is calisthenics with cardio because that's what I'm training for. That's why I like to have that upper goal. So if your goal is to have absolute strength, hey, maybe a powerlifting, do the 5-3-1 or do a Shako workout for the next 16 weeks, whatever it is, right? Or if you want to do marathon training or whatever. So physical though, we're going to become physical specimens here. Mental resilience, like what are you struggling on? Boundaries? What are you struggling on? Self-soothing? Do you have like certain anxieties, like abandonment anxiety? Like what are you constantly angry all the time? Are you constantly stressed? Like, let's figure out what that is. Are you coping with alcohol and drugs instead of coping with like taking a jacuzzi, maybe getting a massage, maybe going to bed early? Like, what is it that we're doing here, right? Let's find out what your goal is. And then the relationships, are you trying to get a girlfriend? Are you trying to make friends? Are you trying to establish a friend group? Like, what do you want to bond over? Like the relational stuff. And then what do you bond over is like these things, right? You can bond over, maybe you go to the gym and make some friends, but you're going to the gym because you're focusing on your physical, and you can have something to bond over. You can make some relationships. And what's your purpose? What's your purpose at work? Like, what are you trying to achieve? Are you trying to go for that promotion? Or are you just trying to be somebody that shows up and is reliable every single day? Are you trying to like make friends at work? Are you trying to, do you have a big project that you need to work on? And are you having trouble balancing all these things with that big project? Are you stressing out? Like, what skill sets do you need to learn to move your purpose? And these are all things that I have to do. I mean, I've been doing on my own. I've been doing the physical on my own. I work out at the apartment complex gym and even in my living room. The mental stuff, I've been alone on a lot of things. And so I have a therapist. That's my great thing. But journaling, writing everything down, being in good physical shape helps my mental health. Having good mental health helps my physical. Good relationships, I'm really focused on those this year, or last year, and then this year I'm focused on the purpose. And so like I've had to do it all on my own. I do all this on my own. I do the editing, I do the curriculum, I do the on-screen talent. I have an accountant and bookkeeper, so taxes have been fun. But I mean, I do all the shipping fulfillment. I do all this stuff by myself. And so my voice is actually kind of going away right now. But yeah, I want to be able to help everyone else. Perfect, Eli. I like that. Yeah, so like that's what I want the Smart Rider crew to be. Is that sure we're bonding over motorcycles, right? We're bonding over riding motorcycles. Like that's what we get together for. Like that's our excuse. Yeah, we're just gonna go riding. But then like after 10, 15 minutes, we're like, all right, how's everybody doing? Like, what are your goals? Are you working out? Like, here's what I'm doing. You want to join me? You want to work out with me? Let's do 100 push-ups a day. Split them up. 5 sets of 20. Let's do them together. Let's do them every day. And if we can't, I'm gonna text you and be like, hey, did you do your workout? Was it easier or harder today? Oh, good job, man. Awesome. And that's what in the Kajabi website, the thing, there's that forums is that I'm gonna be posting there. It's like I freaking did it today, guys. What did you guys do? Check in. What did we do? How are you doing? So that's kind of what I want to do. All right, see you later, Dave. You have fun. Have fun with your trainer. But I'm gonna head home. I'm gonna have some steaks. I'm gonna send the footage to my home computer so I can do it at home. Today's a Saturday. I'm gonna clean up. I got a crock pot full of stuff. You're welcome, Eli. And that's the thing, Eli. Like I want so everything before I leave, all the stuff I'm talking about, where I was like, if you do all those things, those are the types of people you attract, right? Because if you just stay in isolation, you're saying all these things at home by yourself, you're not going to attract anybody. You have to go out, right? What I'm doing is I'm on the computer with 50 of you guys right now, and I'm just telling you how it is and what I want to do. I want to be able to attract those people. And so Elad and everybody, if you guys want to join this journey, like it's what I do every day. I just don't document it as much as I want to. So having this and trying to lead, it's the Feynman technique, really, where it's going to force me to track it. It's going to force me to grow, because you can't grow what you can't track. If you can't track your workouts, you don't know if you've grown. And so I do my journaling. So I want to be able to share like a template and a framework, and where I'm able to share like what it is that I'm doing, and I'm being accountable, and even to my mistakes. It's not just successes, it's my mistakes too. It's like, guys, I woke up at 9. I didn't go to bed till midnight last night. I woke up at 8 o'clock. How you doing, my moto? And so like I want to be able to share all that stuff, because we're all human. And then hopefully others will join and be like, I'm going to share my stuff too, or I'm going to do my thing too with you. We're going to do it for 4 weeks straight and see who we are at the end of it. And so that's what I want to do with that, and with the new academy. Think of 4-week boot camps. 4-week life coaching boot camps with some motorcycling. Okay. But I'm going to get going. I got to pee. All right. I'll see you guys later. Let's go ahead and get